what we do as reactions, right? I personally do feel, and I know there's a lot of comments that we get that, oh, you're stealing their content and just trying to make money off it. We'll probably throw that now. 33 again. But at least from my perspective, yeah, we probably dip our toe in a gray area, right? Because there's fair use, the copyright from you to us, right? From that perspective. What's your viewpoint of reactors doing reactions?
I wish you can keep it up full. I wish you guys can keep the movie up full time and not have to dip away. You know,
wow!
I think that it's amazing, and it's an amazing kind of a genre. Let's call it what you guys are doing is a genre of like podcasts. I wish you can keep it up full. And podcasts are huge full time, you know. And then you have your characters along with it. People become familiar with what you guys like, what you don't like, what you do in your background, what you do in your day to day. So you guys are hosts. You guys are real personalities. And then you're elevating whatever it is you're watching. Even if you already like it, it's being elevated by seeing it through your eyes. You know, I think it'd be interesting. For me, it's like, oh, I would like to watch it first and then see them do it. You know, but I would hope for you guys in the future would be great. Is like, is there a way that the movie companies was like, yeah, just use.
I know.
Whatever you want, keep it up full time. The image. So I don't know. You know, I don't find a problem with it. I think it's a new kind of frontier of this stuff, and we've seen a lot of them, Kirk and I. But you guys was like, not because you like the show or like one or two of it. It doesn't matter. The way you guys do it is it's top tier.
On the brink of securing Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 2.
I hate to be the one with the bad timing here, but what about those of us who haven't seen the films?
Wait, what?
Whoops, didn't quite catch that memo.
Do you guys not read anything I send you? Anything at all?
Let's figure this out quick. Diamond Dave, have you actually seen all of them?
What kind of question is that? Of course I have. It's fucking Tom Cruise, and Mission Impossible is like one of the greatest franchises ever. But I haven't seen Dead Reckoning Part 1.
I've only seen the third one, and that was in the theaters back when it originally came out. Does that count?
At some point, I've seen all of them except Dead Reckoning Part 1, because I was waiting for all of you.
I didn't see 2 or 3, and I was waiting for you guys to do it on the channel to watch Dead Reckoning Part 1. But we better hurry, time is ticking.
Guys, this mission is so f***ed.
I hate to break it to you geniuses, the whole plan here was to grab Dead Reckoning Part 2, be the first ones to watch it. That was the whole point of this damn mission.
Alright, I guess there's only one thing left to do.
What a great idea, Oak. We react to all of them.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Bad medicine. The mission, should you choose to accept it, is to react to the first 6 Mission Impossible films prior to Dead Reckoning Part 1 and 2. As always, should you or any member of your team be caught or killed, the Secretary will disavow any knowledge of your actions. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
What the hell was that?
Was that AI Tom Cruise?
Yeah, no idea what's going on, guys. We'll look into that later, but they're moments away, guys. We gotta go.
Securing Dead Reckoning 2. Quinn, pull.
The Eagle's in the air. ETA 30 seconds.
Somebody call the doctor, because bad medicine is back. Over there's Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. That's the answer. I'm Mason Quinn, and we want to thank all of you for joining today's live stream. We're going to be diving into some of our favorite movies of the year.
Hold on, Quinn. We need to ask.
I get excited.
We need to ask if they can hear us.
We have to ask that every time.
Got to double check the audio with the crowd.
A, can you hear us? And 2. Let us know where you're checking in from.
Always does that.
Bit of an echo.
A2 indeed.
It's my
We got a
See
bit of
how
an
we can
echo.
fix this
echo.
How about now? Can you hear me now? No echo?
Can you hear me now? We
How
have
about
echo.
this?
Hello,
'Cause I
echo.
bet
Is that
And
B,
echo's
Rick
back.
Ashley?
We're a little bit behind in the chat, so let me know. I think I fixed the echo. Still echo.
Echo a little.
Definitely an echo.
Yeah, Wisconsin,
Echo.
India. Echo.
Well, let's
Still
get
hearing
this-
an echo.
Let's get this fixed first here.
We'll get this echo fixed.
Much better.
Better. Nice.
Yes, fixed. Okay, perfect.
All right,
We
better.
fixed
All
it.
right.
Oh, hey, there we go.
All right.
Diamond Dave's on the
You
money.
always get too far ahead, then we get.
Well, you know,
we gotta check. Gotta check.
It says do the intro. Folks, I do the intro. So that's how it works. But hey, thank you all for joining us today for the live stream. We're going to be going over our favorite movies of the year and maybe some other things. We'll see what comes up.
Germany, Texas, did I see Argentina, California, Texas, Pittsburgh, Boston,
France,
Tennessee,
Boston.
Yeah.
Let me talk to you.
Indonesia,
Shout out to LA Knights.
yeah, Staten Island, New York, Texas, Canada, our friends from the north,
342.
Germany, Ghana, Indonesia, Singapore.
Well, guys, how did you
Austria.
want to? How did you guys want to start this? We want to take some questions from the folks, or do we want to just kind of jump right into the year that was?
Well, first, let's look at a clip. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Go to the clip.
You guys just chat with the people.
There's
for a
not
little bit
really
here.
a clip. Yeah, no. We had a fun year. 2022 for us was really the year where our channel kind of took off. For those of you who are newer to the channel, we started doing reactions in spring of 2021. 2022, Diamond Dave put out some polls. Is that right? To put out some polls, and everybody said they wanted to watch us watch Harry Potter. And we went through all 8. Those of you who went on that journey with us saw that myself, the most, was a little reluctant the first 2. And, by the end, we were all full-blown Potterheads. I have, my scarf and Dobby kind of to pay homage how this channel really took off. But things really skyrocketed for us in early to mid 2022. And do we?
No, you're fine. Keep going.
They really skyrocketed for us in 2022, and kind of got our feet really down and our bearings, and so 2023 was kind of just keep the train moving. So leaned on Patreon and YouTube memberships quite a bit, and everybody else for what movies they wanted us to watch, what TV series to watch, and had a lot of fun this year. Less than a month ago, we launched a gaming channel. So if you haven't checked that out, I'm playing Hogwarts Legacy. My man, The Answer, is doing Mortal Kombat, but a lot planned, obviously, for this channel and for the gaming channel moving forward in 2024. But we had a lot of fun in 2023. Watched a ton of different types of movies, different shows, comedies, dramas, everything in between. And it's been a hell of a year.
It's been a wild ride. I think we've all kind of grown as well as reactors. I think we've gotten a little bit better. If you go back and watch some of our earlier stuff, you can definitely tell some changes in how we tried to make it a better experience for all of you. It's a lot of fun.
What I've liked is this year getting more and more animations out there for us, because I know you guys weren't exactly the biggest fans, but I think that's changed.
I wouldn't say biggest fans. It's just we weren't totally aware of how great some storytelling was on.
I was. Cave Vidal says I was there for the Twilight movies.
What a fun ride that first movie was.
Yeah, I think that first movie that came up on YouTube in 2023, actually, we were looking at that a little bit earlier. The first movie that went up in 2023 on YouTube was the second Twilight movie. And obviously, these are massive movies in pop culture, so we had all heard of them. And I will say to this day, arguably the most fun that I've had, just pure fun, watching a movie with these guys was the first Twilight movie. Later on, some of them I don't think were bad movies, but that first one was so cheesy, so outrageous. It was so hilarious. I can't remember laughing so hard at a movie, and I'm so glad that I watched it with these guys, because I feel like if you watch it at home by yourself, you're probably like, what, really? But watching it with these guys,
the endorphins just off the charts.
Diamond Dave got a great clip of us in our Twilight wrap-up video, the triple hand
Face palm.
the science lab. Spider monkey. Twilight was fun. So
Yeah, so a little housekeeping here. Kind of to update y'all with I'll start with the arcade channel. It's thank you all for the support over there. That is incredible. There is more to come besides just Andrew and Oak right now. There was a poll that we just recently had over there for which game do you want us to do a group play with. And Detroit Become Human, I believe I said that right.
Yep.
Is the winner. So sometime in January we will be hitting that up. There is right now we're doing 1 to 2 drops because that's what the schedule allows. But in January we're trying to do more of 4 to 5 drops plus lives starting. We heard y'all, and we absolutely understand that you guys want some lives. So we're definitely going to do that for sure. And then for this channel, what's coming up is we are going to start kind of dipping the toes back into the live. Starting off with later this month, we are going to do WWE's Royal Rumble. So that's going to come into play too. Hold on, guys. Sorry, I'm trying to click off this stuff. There we go. And it'll be great to see how we interact with all of you, or actually just how that goes in general.
Yes.
So
how the tech works.
Yeah, the 3 hour. I'm sure that's going to be 3.5 hours. They've been better on their time.
They have.
So it should be about a 3 hour show. So we're definitely doing that Royal Rumble January 27th with us here on this channel. Also, what we're going to probably do, and it'll be great to see your feedback here in the. Well, that's before I get to that. Before I start running out of time here for you guys on this stuff. Tyler Jones, thanks for the super chat. Since you ventured into Invincible and Avatar, would you guys ever plan anime? So, yes, we've. I know everyone's kind of all over in the comments, but we have scheduled for months now that Attack on Titan is going to follow Korra. So Attack on Titan is coming.
Good things.
Naruto, folks, I'm not even going to lie to you. Naruto, you could list us as doubtful. I've seen a lot through the studios over across seas.
Yeah.
Let's just say some other reactors probably weren't handling it well. And I don't even want to dip our toe into the ramifications of getting stuff shut down, taken away, and then having to go through a battle to get everything back up. So Naruto, right now,
probably not.
Probably really, really doubtful. I know other reaction channels are currently doing it because they kind of figured it all out. But again, it's a high risk. I'm not sure the reward is totally there for it, but listing as doubtful, but we'll never say never yet, but doubtful.
Yeah, but you
So
guys
thank
have
you,
had
Tyler.
you guys have had a ton of recommendations on some anime you do want us to jump into. So just know we are keeping track of those, and they're on the table. They're on the schedule at some point.
absolutely.
Yep. So, more. So what we want to start introducing actually is a minimum of 1 live a month at the end of the month to start chatting about films that we just recently did for that month. So that way we usually give a 15-20 minute review. As we all know, that's sometimes not enough time, or some things we say might kind of get misconceived a little bit because we only have one way of talking to you, right? And yeah, we could get in the chat sometimes, but with hundreds of messages coming in today, it's not always going to happen. So at least with the lives, we can come in, chat with you all about whatever we just covered for that month. So look for that to be coming at the end of the month. I don't know if you really want to call it a podcast, but either way, we will be chatting about the films and TVs that we just reacted to for that month. So hopefully you all like that one too. I think that's all the housekeeping that I have.
There we go. Housekeeping?
And there actually might be a surprise coming later. I don't know, not in this stream, but later on within the next 6 months. We'll see. We're going to test some waters, but something else might be coming down the pike. So look for that too.
Absolutely.
And we got another one, another super chat. Thank you, Neo. I'm just going to call you Neo.
Neo.
Keep doing what you're doing because what you do is truly amazing. Cheers and Happy New Year. Cheers to you.
Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year to you as well.
Doesn't happen
Thank
without
you
you
so
guys.
much. Yeah, we ain't here without you guys. So I know it's cliche, but it's you guys know it's
That's how it works.
it's true. You guys know.
So it works, brother.
Read some of the chat here. One Piece anime is getting yep. D&D maybe.
Yeah.
Hunger Games. Attack on Titan. Tyler,
That's what
thank you
people
very
say.
much. Attack on Titan will change your life.
I was actually at the.
We'll see, Tyler. Thank you again for the super chat.
I was actually at the auto parts store, oddly enough, and the guy working behind the counter was watching some anime on his phone. I didn't know what it was, and I just started talking to him like, "Oh, have you ever watched Arcane before?" And he's like, "No, I haven't." And he asked me about it, if I've seen Attack on Titan. I'm like, "Well, funny you mentioned that. It's actually going to be something where a couple of my buddies going to be diving into." So that was a lot of fun. Just a random interaction that I never would have had without this channel.
I thought you were going to say he was watching Attack on Titan. You're like, I can't. No spoilers. No spoilers. Can't watch it.
They're going to be impressed if they finish Attack on Titan. Well, I hope that's not a spoiler.
Somebody asked if we've forgiven Matt Damon yet for his role in Interstellar.
No.
Well, he's had a few roles where he's turned it around lately for us, so he's on the good side. I guess.
We love Matt Damon. So every once in a
happy
while,
holidays.
You got to imagine every once in a while for people like Matt Damon, it's fun to play the bad guy. You've heard actors say that on a pretty regular basis about how much fun they have when they get to switch up from whatever kind of their stereotypical role is. And we know in Hollywood there's some guys that are your quintessential bad guys that I'm sure get to be the nice guy once in a while, and then guys that are the good guys where every once in a while I'm sure they get excited about having an opportunity to play a mean guy. So
for sure,
we love Matt Damon.
No, it's great in a few movies we watched of him this year.
Yeah, so I've seen a lot of folks
to get to.
We got some super chats, but a lot of folks I've seen Blue Eyed Samurai pop up quite a bit, and it's gotten quite a bit of buzz. So that's another thing I'm intrigued by. I heard the animation itself is really incredible, and I know a lot of you have been requesting that as well. And I've actually heard some people in our world talking about it too, some folks at work and that sort of thing.
So this super chat comes in from Dusty Loadholtz.
Thank you, Dusty.
Thank you, Dusty. She says, my daughter's father died unexpectedly 2 weeks ago. He was only 29. And I found myself gravitating to Oak's Hogwarts Legacy Journey to Escape. So thank you, Oak. You've helped me more than you know. So,
that's a tough one, Dusty. Much love.
First off, Dusty, our thoughts go out to yourself and your daughter, especially for the loss of her father. Messages like this never get old, guys. And I've said this before, when we started this channel, it was just the four of us watching movies, right? And I don't know the first movie that we watched that was impactful. Even the Potter movies we thought were just going to be kids movies. And then you start learning their movies with lessons and stuff. And somewhere along the way, like, it wasn't just people were watching us and laughing. They were like, hey, whether I'm lonely or having a bad day, you guys kind of help cheer us up. And we get messages like this. And I just, for as much as we say stuff that, you guys are the ones who make the channel and stuff that sounds cliche, we just want to be very genuine and let you guys know, messages for this never don't impact us. And we have a group chat going amongst all of us. And when we get messages like this, whether it be on YouTube or Instagram, we always share it. And it's always kind of a moment for us to sit back for a second and say, this is really neat that a project that was just supposed to be some guys watching some movies has a chance to positively impact people. And when people are having bad days, maybe our channel can put a smile on your face. And so these always mean a lot to us. So thank you again. Apologies for what you're going through. But if me playing some Harry Potter and running around in Hogwarts can help you and connect, then absolutely that means so much to me, and I know it does to the rest of the guys here.
Yep.
So.
Take you, Dave.
All right, so the next one is from you_Mike. Thank you for the super chat. Question is, have any of you ever seen 8th Grade? And would you ever consider adding it to a request here? It can be a great way to find hidden gems that people would never win in polls. I honestly haven't heard of it.
No, I haven't heard of that one either.
No, usually as all requests come in, we investigate it. So we never say yes, but we never say no. So when we get requests, we got to look into it a little bit too. So
there's been some movies that I never heard of. I mean, one of my favorite.
Thank you, Mike.
One of my favorites from last year was Jojo Rabbit, an incredible movie. If you haven't seen it, I always say if you haven't seen it, watch the movie, then come watch our reaction because you have to experience the film. But I'd never heard of Jojo Rabbit. I didn't know it existed before people recommend it. So sometimes when we say, "Oh, haven't heard of it," please don't ever take that as us, kind of disregarding it, because some of the best movies that we've watched are movies that we'd never heard of.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, for Quinn and I, it was Parasite too.
Said never heard of it.
Never thought of it, and it's a great movie.
Chris Breezy, $5 super chat. Thanks for the super chat. Quick question for the oak: how many oak trees do I have to consume to get your muscles, bro? I'm in constant envy. Oak trees, I don't know that I would consider eating those, but I will say that consuming large quantities of food is part of getting big. And I know it's cliche, but the gym and the training part, that's where the hard work goes in. But the consistency on what you're eating and how much you eat, that's what really makes
so much KFC. So much KFC.
Didn't they used to have like it was like a chicken where it was like fried chicken?
Oh yeah, the
between-
buns. The buns was the instead of buns, it was two fried chicken fillets.
Next one coming in from JWO Ginrich. Puss in Boots, Last Wish blew my mind about death, middle-aged ego. I was so unskeptical, just a suggestion. So I know.
So,
we've heard.
I'll answer that one. So I haven't seen any Shrek films. Definitely haven't seen any Puss in Boots films. So Shrek is coming.
Yep.
I don't. Have you seen any of them?
I've only seen the first Shrek.
I've only seen the first Shrek, although I have seen a lot of memes going around with, I don't know if it's from Shrek or if it's from Puss in Boots, the little short guy with like the bob haircut. They've been using him in a lot of memes recently. I know JD McDonough, they used him in one of those memes recently from the WWE.
I have never, it's funny, I have nieces and nephews and now I have a 3-year-old. So the number of movies I've seen little clips from here and there is a ton of them, but actually sitting down and watching start to finish. So I've seen bits, funny because I have a Shrek shirt. I think Dave used it in the promo for our live. But I've seen bits and pieces of the Shrek movies. I've seen the meme where it's the little cat with the eyes going like this.
Yeah, that's like, I believe
I know that's Puss from Puss in Boots, but we've never seen him start to. I shouldn't say we.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen any of them start to finish. So I'm really excited for those.
Yeah. We got. Why don't you take this one? Answer.
Love from South Africa. Immortal 56. Thank you for the super chat. They're really curious. What's the Answer's favorite movie of all time? It's these guys give me crap for it, but it's Casablanca. It's such an amazing film, if you want to call it a film, and just I watched it in film class. Had no idea what I was in store for, and I just fell in love with it. With Humphrey Bogart, he just crushes it. You guys would actually get a kick out of his character in it. But yeah, that's my favorite film of all time.
All right, I love your channel. This is a super chat from Taryn Ford. Thank you for the super chat. Because I love your channel. I just watched your Willy Wonka reaction. I was laughing with you. Keep it up. And Oak, I look forward to more Hogwarts Legacy, even if you yell at the screen. So if you haven't seen Hogwarts Legacy, there's been a couple of times where I've done things. First, my very first episode, I spelled my name wrong. I spelled it Appleton Oak instead of Appleton. And people left in the comments. So like we were literally yelling at the screen, no. And then one of my most recent part 4, I had went, and when I was bartering off my clothes and gear and stuff like that, I accidentally sold a pair of very valuable gloves. Like, oh, I don't need these. And people commented that they were yelling at the screen. So I'm enjoying those. And a lot of those mistakes, some of those mistakes I catch as I'm doing it, but some I have no idea that I did it until I went back. The gloves, I had no idea that I sold them. So it's funny that people are yelling at the screen for me.
Yeah, and the fun thing with Wonka was that was one that I had not seen since I was like in elementary school. I mean, 2nd, 3rd grade, whatever it might have been. So it was fun to go back and watch the Gene Wilder version with some grown-up eyes. We'll say that was just a wild experience.
All right, next super chat coming in from Jake G. Thank you very much for the super chat. While watching your full-length reactions, my girlfriend and I will try and guess what the Oaks lesson will be at the end. On another note, any teases on what animes are planned or are on the docket? I'll grab the first one, then kick it over to Diamond Dave. Yeah, I try to pull that out, and I honestly, I think that probably started when we started doing Potter. You know, when I initially started watching movies, it was kind of just like, very much movie critic. Here's what I liked, here's what I didn't like. And if I'm being totally honest, and I've said this on lives before, I always had this like kind of dream. It's like my little thing I never pursued of being a motivational speaker. These guys know, like speaking in front of kids and stuff. I always wanted to do that. And it's funny how this channel has turned into like my avenue to speak to people, and it's grown far past what I would do in a high school gym, so it worked out great that way. But if you haven't, watched till the end, which I know some people don't, I do try to find lessons in every movie. And my dad was very much, and I brought up my dad quite a bit on this channel. My dad was just always the most optimistic person and was always looking for the good and how to take away positive lessons. And so when I started doing the lessons in the movies, I wasn't sure if it was just going to be lip service at the end. I know we talked about not going too long with all that stuff, but people really started resonating with them. And I always think, it's at the end of the reaction. If people don't like it, they can always just stop. But we always speak our 2 cents, and I'm glad that that those are resonating, because sometimes I'm like, am I talking too much? These guys know I have a tendency to do that. As far as anime, Diamond Dave.
Yeah, as far as like we mentioned already, Attack on Titan is already on the docket. To follow Korra, Vox Machina's one. Now after Attack, it's not in this order, but I think what was the other one? Death.
Death Slayer.
Death Slayer, I think, is the other one.
Is that it?
Yep. And then there's a couple others, but yeah, there are more animes coming after that. Of course, Blue Eye Samurai is on the docket. I'm not sure if that's classified as anime right now, but I haven't looked too much into it. But it is on the docket to eventually get to.
We're looking forward to it. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yep. And then
I can take this one from, was that Marie, Diamond Dave? I can grab that one real quick.
Let me see. Any plans? Love from South Africa.
Well, we
did that one.
Yep. Nope, just got to get here.
Okay.
Get back into our little groove here.
Up. So we did that one.
We did that one. We did. So right here, are we missing one?
Yeah, I think we skipped.
Yeah,
we skipped that. We scraped.
Any plans to watch Legends?
Crazy Milkshake 5.
So any plans to watch Vox? We are going to watch Vox Machina. It is on the docket, so that will happen at some point. No ET on it currently right now, so thank you, Crazy Milkshake 5.
Crazy Milkshake
nice
brings
names.
all the... Yeah, I think it's good.
All right. That should be the next one.
Okay.
All right. Stacy L. I can take this one for you if you want there, Oakenshire. Stacy L. for 1999. Found your channel recently and love the diversity of the movies in your reactions. Yeah, that's something we really pride ourselves on, is doing a lot of different genres. And what's the best way to recommend movies and series? A lot of times you can just drop in the comments in there, or Diamond Dave can also field that one if there's anything else on the Patreon like that you can get into. And by the way, Oak's reaction to Hereditary is in my YouTube Hall of Fame. Cheers, guys. Yes, Hereditary was something that Oak had a lot of fun with, as did all of us. I don't know if you want to speak to your reaction.
I mean, Hereditary was wild, and I've said this before. And I know, I had my little guy late in life. And so you always hear, 20s, early 30s, wait till you have kids. And if I'm being honest, like after a while it gets old, because you're like, I'm able to live my life.
I mean, I got a dog.
Independent of having children, and that's kind of what you think. And then as soon as you have them, you just look at stuff different. It's not that people who don't have kids, you know what I'm saying? But so like the tragedy of like losing a child, like you put yourself like through that. And that scene, if you haven't seen Hereditary, I'm just going to say that scene, because I suppose the whole movie is full of that scene. Yeah. But that scene, as a parent, was just like, oh my God, because allergies and things like that are such a real thing. So it threw me off. I got to be honest. I told these guys, I was almost like, there's only been a few times in the last couple of years where I was almost like, all right, guys, that's it. And because everybody recommends them, you try not to walk away from a movie, but I was like this close to being like, okay, this is enough. And I stuck through it, and it turned out to be a really good movie. I gave it a 5. I wasn't really sure why. I'm just like, it's a really good movie, but it creeps you out. But yeah, Hereditary was wild.
And then reactions, Dave. Again, the
so
best
Stacy, thank you for the super chat, by the way. Just message us on direct message on Patreon, or try to find somewhere in the chat, one of the recent chat boxes. I'll try to find it for sure, but otherwise direct message. So again, thank you for the super chat. So I think I missed one. It's Lord Grimm. Hello from Indonesia. Thank you for accompanying me every night before I went to sleep for a year. Your video is always up around 11:30 p.m. here. Hey, thank you very much for the super chat. Glad you're up that late to watch us. You should be sleeping, but we appreciate it.
Sometimes it's easier to fall asleep watching movies, though. I just saw a meme the other day. They're like, falling asleep when you're tired on the couch is so much easier.
In bed.
That like falling asleep when you're not tired on the couch, it's easier to fall asleep than when you are tired in bed for some reason. So we get it.
And then
we've all been there.
I think I missed Marie's. So Marie, thank you for the $5 super chat. Are Mason and Answer going to play Hogwarts Legacy? I think that time might have passed, but
We got other stuff for the gaming channel coming up.
For all of us to be involved.
You'll be able to see a controller in his hands.
Well, hey, here's the thing with the gaming channel that I was kind of worried about, because I really haven't played many video games for a long time. I mean, I got a NES Classic and a PS1 hooked up in my living room yet, but I don't play them that often. And my fear was some of those games are so hard, you can get to a point where you're just stuck. You cannot go any further. And like, that's where I'm battling Metroid right now. I'm stuck on the last level. But my fear was some of these newer games.
Did you remember to save it before turning it off?
Yes, I did. My fear was, what do I do if I simply cannot get past a certain level? And thankfully, with some of the newer games, Answer reassured me, you can turn down the difficulty level. Some games will just pass you through if you can't get through it. So that was reassuring to know, because I'm definitely out of practice.
Yeah, so that'll be fun to watch.
I see a bunch of people commenting in our feed about the new Hunger Games movie. That will be coming. So that will be coming. And to the person who commented Cobra Kai, Mason Quinn and I actually go back. We have Cobra Kai reactions. And when season 6 comes out, we will definitely be checking out.
We'll be there for
the final season of Cobra Kai. But yes, to the Hunger Games Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, that is going to be coming out.
All right, so I think I finally caught us up. Of course, someone in the chat, let me know if I'd missed anybody. But now we're going on to Kira King. Hey, guys, Patreon viewer from Chicago here.
Wow.
Hello, neighbor. Sorry if you all mentioned it, but any plans to start Star Wars or, older Disney movies? Yep, I have not seen any Star Wars. I know some people will call me a liar for that, but you could quiz me right now on this live chat if you want. I can't answer anything. I know, and now I'm not going to be lying, say I haven't heard of it or know any some of the characters, but if you were to quiz me on any lore, good luck. I won't know nothing. So yep, that's coming, and some older Disney movies are actually on the docket too. So thanks again, Kira. Stephanie Butler. Will you guys be filming your reactions to the live? Yes.
Cannot wait.
Your journey through the series, through that series, Cora, has been so much fun to watch. Oh yes, it is.
They have to right the ship of what was a horrible movie. That
trailer, the trailer for the new Avatar: Last Airbender series looked so phenomenal. I am so excited for it. The live action movie. Answer tried preparing me. Answer was like, guys, no. It's bad.
I'm like, how bad could it be?
Hey, how bad? It's M. Night Shyamalan, right? How bad could it be? Answer was like, no. But we're excited for that.
All right.
Super Suit.
All right. Super Suit for 50 is, believe that's Great British Pounds. Or hello from the UK. Oh, that makes sense. Love your movie reactions and reviews. Are absolutely fantastic. Specific favorites of mine are the Harry Potter series, Love Actually, Lord of the Rings. My question is, who's worse, President Snow or Voldemort? You guys are great.
And honestly, for me, I'm going to have to say Voldy, just by a little bit. But I know that one's such a great question, because it's 50-50 you could go with easily.
Answer?
Well, both are trying to harm kids. So I mean, that's where Snow. I'm gonna go Snow.
I think for me, I'm gonna go with President Snow, because he's trying to ruin the lives and hurt many people. Voldemort just wants Harry Potter. And
true.
And by the way, Diamond Dave and I watched Love Actually, and that was a huge surprise for the both of us. I think I gave that a 5 out of 5. Love Actually,
it's an amazing movie.
Was a lot of fun, as well as Lord of the Rings.
Uncle Billy. Christmas times are around us.
I think Snow's probably worse. Yes, going after an infant with the Avada Kedavra is pretty. Is pretty bad.
Snow is pretty bad.
Snow, they bombed a hospital. I mean, which led to one of the coolest scenes.
I forgot about that.
If you're gonna burn, well, you're gonna burn with us. It was like, whoa, that was a badass scene. Yeah, I gotta go with Snow.
Yeah, I'll change mine. Snow was actually worse.
There we go.
Thank you again, Super Suit. Folksy Pro. Gosh, I'm not even going to try. I'll just say Folk. Thanks, Folk.
Folksy Profete. I'll take this one. Hey, guys, first time catching you live. Pretty sure you guys watch Fury. The tank movie.
Yeah, Brad Pitt.
I have not seen that.
Brad Pitt.
not seen it
but did you guys do a reaction to the movie? Keep up the good work, too.
Well, I think we just answered your question there. Answer, and I haven't seen it.
Yep.
Of course, I know Brad Pitt and our boy John
You guys have
Bernthal is
never
in
seen
there.
it?
No.
I have seen Fury. I thought it was incredible, so maybe that's one we can do.
I saw-
I
I saw
You heard it
Fury.
here, folks.
I saw Fury in the theaters, and I love anybody who watches this channel knows I love my World War II movies, and there have been a lot of really good ones, but Fury was absolutely phenomenal. Brad Pitt, John Bernthal, Shia LaBeouf.
Yep.
I mean, it was phenomenal.
Right there,
And without-
Voldemort pretty much wants to enslave all non-magical people. So
yeah.
that's a horse apiece. That's what I'm saying.
That's why it's kind of, you know.
You have a point there.
Yeah.
You have a point.
And real quick on Fury, without any spoilers, I thought it showed a side of World War II that a lot of other movies didn't show. Those who have seen it probably know what I'm talking about. I don't want to spoil it for these guys, so it was really good.
Yeah, and since we're here on the chat, if you haven't seen any of the war movie reactions we've done, I never really watch any of that stuff. That was never really my go-to for anything. So because of the channel and listening to you of how great some of this stuff is, I'm giving it a shot. So if Fury's good, like I said, it has Brad Pitt and John Bernthal. I can't imagine it's going to be bad, especially with John in it. So I'm ready, willing, and able to give that one a shot.
Gimmick infringement.
I'm spotty on like war movies. I've seen some, but have missed.
I've seen
my fair
just
share
about
as well,
every
so.
World War II movie, but interestingly enough, I never had cable for the longest time, and so there's a couple of series, We Were Soldiers and Band of Brothers, that I've never seen, and people are like, "How are you a World War II fan?"
I didn't even know you hadn't seen.
You
Band of
haven't seen
Brothers.
Band of Brothers or We Were Soldiers, and
haven't seen it.
I hadn't seen Sopranos until like a year ago because I never used to have cable when all those things were really popular.
That makes sense. Yeah,
So-
Band of Brothers. I know we had a lot of requests for that one. That's a really fun series. And when I say fun, obviously you guys know what I mean. It's incredibly well done, very enjoyable.
Band of Brothers
The fact
will
that
come.
It's real life men who did that in that show and what they did and the things they went through was outstanding. I don't want to spoil any more for these guys.
Jeffrey's family, thank you for the super chat. Do you have any plans on watching Studio Ghibli animation like Boy and the Heron? That movie cast is stacked. Mark Hamill and Robert Pattinson in it.
That's
Wow,
really?
You had me at Mark Hamill.
Yeah, if those two are in it, you got me.
Yeah, I know we have some Studio Ghibli. I think Spirited Away. Don't crucify me too bad if I got that wrong, but I think Spirited Away is the #1 recommendation that we've had so far. That is on the list, and I'm sure we'll be diving into more stuff. Yeah. Thank you, Jeffrey's family.
All right, Sim Games 1, 2, 3. Would you consider reacting to classics like Lost? Also, would you consider
I haven't
increasing
seen
TV
Lost.
show drops
I haven't seen it either.
since they require less time compared to a movie? That's interesting. That's something we have kind of talked about. It's always a juggling of our schedule, as I'm sure Diamond Dave can comment on. And the classics I like that I think would be a lot of fun. Lost, I didn't finish it, but I did get to a point where it started to get real weird, and then life just kind of took over, and I'm like, all right, I'm on to something else. But that would be a lot of fun to go back and see a lot of the classics that people know really well and are massive fans of, whether it is something like Lost or Sopranos or The Wire or whatever it might be.
My most aggressive binging of all time, it was for the show Lost, and anybody who's watching it knows they give you every commercial break and every episode ending is a massive cliffhanger. There's never any like,
Back in the old days.
Here's the end of this episode.
Yep.
Now, next episode, everything was a massive cliffhanger. And all I could think was, how did people watch this week to week?
Yeah, and wait.
And guys, I'm not going to lie. There was times where I would wake up, winter, we don't get a lot of light here in Wisconsin. I would wake up 7, 8 in the morning, it'd be dark outside, and it'd be like 8 at night, and I'd still be binging Lost. I literally didn't see the sunlight. There was times I binged Lost so hard. But Mason Quinn is right, and anybody who watch it, it gets real wonky around season 4 or 5.
That sounds about right.
And it gets, you really have to commit to pushing through.
Oh, that's always great to hear about a show. You just got to push through, guys.
You gotta commit.
That's
you gotta
how you
commit.
make it.
You gotta commit.
We'll probably add that one to the list because eventually I want to see it because I know a lot of influence came for The Walking Dead on it. So I want to check that out.
And a lot of actors who've gone on to do huge things were in it as well.
Yep.
So.
Sim Games 1, 2, 3.
That's one we did.
Also,
Thank
would you consider TV? So right now with the TV shows, I think you could pretty well see in our schedule that there's 3 drops a week on the TV shows and 2 drops movies, and actually sometimes 4 drops of TV. So I think right now that balance is probably pretty good, but we'll see what the future holds. Thank you again.
All right, Kiara. Kiara, love you all. Thank you for the super chat. So love you too. And was so excited that you added the gaming channel. Any chance of Life is Strange making an appearance? I need to know what you would each take away from it. Keep bringing the warmth. You are all so epic. Thank you very
You're
much.
epic too. For
Life is Strange. I'm not familiar with that one. Damn and Dave, have you seen that one come up?
I bet
I'm writing it down just to look into it. So.
I probably saw it in Game Informer.
He is writing down, and as Diamond Dave had said when we talked about this in our intro video, we're going to lean on people really hard for gaming because we know the big ones: Last of Us, Walking Dead, Mortal Kombat, Spider-Man. But there's just like with the movies, there's so much quality stuff out there that we might not be familiar with. So when you have recommendations, please put them out for us.
Yes, we appreciate it, especially for the gaming channel.
Yeah.
Keep the negative and positive feedback is helping us tremendously over the next. It has been for December, and it will for the next couple months. So keep that feedback coming, especially when we start doing lives. We're going to need that feedback.
I've seen a couple of Attack on Titan questions scroll through the feed. Yes to Attack on Titan. That is actually when we're done with Korra. Attack on Titan is coming up. So we know as more people jump in, that's a big one coming up. We'll kind of answer that. But yes to Attack on Titan.
Answer.
All right, from Rhea Sunshine. Love it.
Thank you for
super chat. Hey, guys. Heart emoji. My question is, are there any horror games coming on the schedule? By the way, I'm the one always suggesting Spirited Away and Princess.
There we go.
Okay. Hey,
So I can answer that. We are so since our Five Nights at Freddy's reaction, we were told that is a horror game, and we want to understand because we heard and saw a lot of comments that said it's pretty much a love story or love letter to the gamers that play it. So I'm really intrigued to see what the game is all about. So that is definitely on the docket for us to do. So, and I do believe there's plenty of other recommendations. But Rhea and whoever else is watching this, please feel free to drop your horror game recommendations so we can pick those up and run with them.
Yeah, I did play the Resident Evil 1 and 2 on PlayStation 1 if that counts.
I've heard those are creepy.
Yeah, they're fun.
But you got to be, it's wonky with the controls, like the old style controls of it. Because
Well,
like you had to walk
you're
in the.
just spoiled, that's all. It's
Well,
just-
let 'em know,
folks.
because Resident Evil now they've reworked that for the remastered
mechanics.
versions. Yeah, so that's a little bit easier to play. Otherwise, you're in the corner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ulrika Andre, thank you very much for the super chat.
Yeah,
we appreciate you jumping in.
It just looks like you gave us a super chat with no message,
Yeah, I
so
don't
we
know if-
appreciate it. At least that's what we see on our
I
end.
think I saw.
Are we
where it
able to
might have been
see-
retracted?
Oh, okay, I don't know if we're able to see super
All
stickers or
right,
stuff.
so Durag Bandit, thank you for the super chat. Have any of you seen I Am Legend? One of my favorite Will Smith movies, I, Robot, 7 Pounds, and Pursuit of Happiness are great movies and showed his versatility. So I have seen I Am Legend. I have not seen I, Robot, 7 Pounds, or Pursuit of Happiness.
Same.
I have seen parts of I Am Legend. It just, I don't know. It just, like, I like Will Smith, but that role just didn't seem to, I don't know. I didn't see I did see 7 Pounds, which I thought was great.
Mad about the dog.
I haven't seen Pursuit of Happiness start to finish, but I've seen, I watch all these motivational clips. So, of course, you've seen his clip about, don't let anybody, shy you away from your dreams. And I haven't seen iRobot either. I think I've seen bits and pieces of all those, but the only one I've seen start to finish was 7 Pounds, which was an impactful movie. So
Yeah, I have seen I Am Legend. I absolutely loved it, and I am so pumped that they are going to be making another movie about that. I don't know if you want to call it a sequel or whatever, but they are going to be using the DVD finish. I don't want to spoil anymore, as you guys know. So I'm pumped about that. I loved I Am Legend. I thought iRobot was really, really good too. I agree with you. I liked seeing Will Smith in those types of movies, but I have not seen him in his serious roles. 7 Pounds, Pursuit of Happiness, and also Ali. I haven't seen either. So that could be a lot of fun. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks again for the super chat. DP Clicks 3.0. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Put Dirasum 1-2 on the list, and what's your real name? Is that no way that
It's fucking Shield.
just Appleton Oak.
My real name, it's on my Instagram, so I have no issues saying it's David Bay. The Appleton Oak, and we've answered this before. I'm a bodybuilder. One of Arnold Schwarzenegger's
You don't say.
One of Arnold Schwarzenegger's nicknames is the Austrian Oak, and so Mason Quinn, just out of nowhere a couple of years ago, was Appleton Oak, and it stuck, which was a lot of fun. So, and then of course, it's like, you know, when your dog has a name and you have one name for your dog and it goes off.
Yep.
So it was Appleton Oak, then Oak, and Oakenshire.
Yeah.
It just depends what
on the movie.
context.
Oak and Shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Jake G just made our day.
We
Just
love
made
it.
our day. We'll read the quote. It's from good old
10 Things I Hate About You, David Krumholtz.
what's the collar for? Is that so he doesn't lick his stitches?
That had us.
That-
literally had us in stitches at that
film.
I think
moment.
that I think in the
had
entire
seen it
time,
before and I
the
forgot.
entire
Thanks, Jake.
the entire time we've been watching movies, I think that's the hardest I've laughed. I think that's the hardest I've laughed in 2.5 years, moving up on 3 years of watching movies for this channel. That is the hardest I was laughed. It was such a simple line, and then of course Jason Quinn's dying. His answer had seen it, and
I
he was
popped,
dying.
yeah.
That was great.
Oh,
Well,
good
because
stuff.
me, I wanted the 8 ball when he just picks up the 8 ball in the pool.
Orica Andre, greetings from Sweden.
yep.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
thank you as well. Greetings from here. Will you watch some Scandinavian movies and series in the future? Love you guys. Personally, I would love to. There's a bunch that have come out recently that I do want to see, and there's a bunch of actors from there that I love. Of course, Mads is great, and the gentleman who plays Jamie Lannister, he's got a 3-word name, and I'm totally blanking on it right now. I can't think of it, but I did just watch him in a movie that I loved recently.
James Hetfield?
It was a short one. So I would love to dive more into those. I think there's a lot of good stuff over there.
Was Midsommar a Scandinavian movie? It was.
Please drop your suggestions for
It
those
was
two.
an interesting one,
If you can.
Midsommar.
Thank you
So,
again. Thank you again. All right. I'm J Mac.
All right. J Mac, thank you for the super chat. Happy holidays to everyone. Any interest in watching the new Percy Jackson show on Disney Plus? Hope you and your families are doing well. We were just talking
saw a
about
commercial.
Yeah.
Happy holidays to you and yours as well. So quick on that. We haven't seen any of the movies. We haven't seen the show. So all of that is on the docket. Will it happen while the show is playing? Probably not currently this month coming up. Patreon and YouTube members are about to get their trailer release in a couple hours, which I failed to give them the update on, but they'll see it anyway in a
We
couple
thought
hours.
you'd be here.
Yeah,
And it is, I can say that's not on the docket for January, but it is on the list to do because I do want to see those. I know that has some either you hate it or you like it kind of comments from when I told people we might do it.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Thanks again, I am J Mac.
All right, MJ Eid. Favorite moment of 2023? Oak's appreciation of Coco and his pure emotion questions. Have you watched Video Game High School? It revolutionized YouTube. I have not seen Video Game High School.
Never heard of it.
Not familiar with that. But real quick before I kick it over to Oak, Coco was absolutely incredible. I think the best animation movie done that I've ever seen. It was incredible. A lot of emotion in that.
Yeah, I mean, I think, a lot of people have dealt with family members who have had dementia or Alzheimer's. And so I saw it with my stepmom, and my dad was just the most loving person. So Hector reminded me a lot of my dad. So on top of being a phenomenal movie, it struck very close to home because it was very relatable in a lot of regards. And at the end, and I said this before, and I've said it to multiple people afterwards, it's like, I wish we had that holiday here. I think, you know, here in the States, you know, we celebrate, you know, people passing on their birthdays, you know, and whether it be Father's Day or Mother's Day. But I think it would be like, why can't we have that tradition? So Coco was such an incredible movie. I think it's the best animated movie ever made. Period. I think I'll put it above Lion King. I think it's just phenomenal. But yeah, thank you again for reaching out, and appreciate that you appreciated our reaction.
Thank you again. CKU1. Thank you for the super chat. Have you guys checked out The Mummy with Brendan Fraser or Blast from the Past? The only thing in The Mummy I've seen is the horrible The Rock scorpion thing because of how just atrocious it was, even for that time. And I have not seen Blast from the Past, but I expect that's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, I've not seen Blast from the Past, but I have seen the Mummy movies, but it's been a long time. I do remember them being incredibly good, The Rock CGI notwithstanding. It was a great action adventure movie. Brendan Fraser was awesome in it, so those were a lot of fun.
I haven't seen The Mummy. Surprising to nobody. I don't even know if they were memes. It felt like 4 or 5 years ago, like Brendan Fraser was everywhere. This is before he made The Whale, but it felt like he was everywhere, and everybody was referring to Brendan Fraser's The Mummy online. No idea how that came up, but I haven't seen any of the original ones. I saw the one in theaters that Tom Cruise did.
Oh, that one.
With, I forget her name. We just saw her recently in something. But Tom Cruise's The Mummy, which I thought was so-so, but haven't seen that or Blast from the Past.
I've seen the first one with Brandon. I believe the second one, because I think there's 3.
I think there's 3, maybe.
I've seen the first 2
original
with Brendan, and then I've seen Scorpion King. I have not seen the one with Tom Cruise. And again, I haven't seen the third with Brendan and The Mummy. So
the Kingsman she was in the Kingsman, wasn't she? The girl who did Mummy, Mummy with Tom Cruise.
I think she might have been.
I think she was the girl with the knife legs in Kingsman. I think that's who it was. Yeah, I think that's who that was.
All right, Peace Breaker, Patreon for Cobb County, Georgia. Pierce Baker. I got excited with the Cobb County, Georgia.
He's thinking about the home of the big boss man.
Yeah,
I really enjoy all your videos. I wanted to know everyone's favorite director.
I think I know Dave's.
I'll start off. I'd have to say it's Nolan so far. Gotcha. Nolan has been ever since the Batman, Dark Knight Rises. That's when I personally got introduced to his work, and then from there. Now I haven't seen The Prestige because I know some of us are telling to go way back before Batman. So I'm looking forward to seeing.
Memento is phenomenal.
I haven't seen that one either, but anything, pretty much, almost everything since he's come out from the Batman series, I've almost seen everything. So Nolan just nails it. Especially, I'm still hooked on Interstellar for some reason. It's great.
That's a tough one for me. Classic Steven Spielberg. Just because he can do any and all genres and just have a banger each time he does a movie. So
yeah, I mean, for me, it's a bit of a tie. I know that might be a bit of a cop out, but it's Martin Scorsese and Guy Ritchie.
I knew
those are my 1 and 2, and the order depends on the movie that I may have just seen.
There's only one. Jerry Bruckheimer. Top Gun. Jerry Bruckheimer. That's it.
Thanks again,
I for sure
Pierce.
thought you'd say like Michael Bay so you could walk away from an explosion.
The spinny camera shot.
Jerry
Slow motion explosion.
Yep.
That's tough. Not sure if you. Thank you again for the super chat here. Not sure if you guys mentioned it, but will you be watching Reacher? So, good news. Answer is the only one out of this table that has not seen season 1. We are waiting for season 2 to watch because we're going to make the answer do reactions to Reacher, so then we can all be a part of season 2. Well, we'll be there with him in season 1, but so that is coming way sooner than later. That's the best I could put.
I like how you say "make me watch it." Like you're going to put me in a chair, like the eyes open, like Clockwork Orange.
Making them. Yeah. Thanks again, Dats.
Yeah, thank you, Dats.
All right. Adriana Marie, a.k.a. A.D. Hey, y'all. Patreon from
thank you for
California.
The support over there as well.
Thank you for the super chat, and thank you for the support on Patreon. Curious to know if we will ever get y'all's reaction to how Fear the Walking Dead ended. Not a full reaction, just your 2 cents. LOL.
Fear the...
This is Diamond Dave's favorite.
Gosh, I don't know if I should. I want to make it quick because I could rant on forever about how bad it was. But look, at the end of the day, how can I be nice?
You can't.
They weren't.
It was not good.
They
It was
made
not
a
good.
show.
I feel bad for the actors because they had quite the cast that they could have did a lot with.
Yeah.
The writing was Andrew and Ian. I still have no idea what the hell you were doing. You had moments for sure, but the characters that were given to you guys, I don't know. I'm not trying to be rude. I think that's as best as I can get. It wasn't good. We'll just put a period and stamp on it. It wasn't good.
I just don't think they knew which direction they wanted to go from one episode to the next. It just seemed to be all over the map.
That is, I will say, that is the most calm I've ever seen you talking about Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
You got a relaxed
I appreciate it, though.
version.
Thank you.
Relaxed version of Dave today.
Renua, that looks like. Hope you had a good Christmas. Love from Sweden. Hey,
Well,
love
thank
right
you.
back
Thank
to
you, and hope you had an awesome holiday as well.
Thank you. Castile, FTM, love from Minnesota. The boys' reactions have been my favorite. Will you watch the season 4 trailer after Gen V?
After Gen V, we will do the season 4 trailer. There was a couple comments that actually suggested. There was a lot of comments saying do it before Gen V, but there was a decent amount of comments too saying probably wait just in case. So we're gonna wait. Because when we see those messages come in, that kind of cues us that maybe we should just
so we
wait
have
one
a
moment.
full understanding.
Yeah. So yes, the season 4 trailer will come. Maybe we'll take it into the end of Gen V somehow when we finish that up. Appreciate the
so much
super chat.
Yep.
Hello from Raise XC. Hello from Milwaukee. Hello, neighbor.
Hey, it was just there.
You guys should really look into the movie Lawless. Tom Hardy is in it, and it has to be good.
You know, it's funny, Rays. I've had Lawless to pop up on my suggestions so many times, and I've wanted to watch it a number of times. I'm also the same way with Peaky Blinders on that one, that I have not seen that, and I've wanted to, but since we started doing the reaction channel, I wanted to not watch those so that we could potentially do it for the channel. But yes, I have seen clips of Lawless. It does look absolutely incredible, and that's one I do want to check out.
Never seen it.
I saw
Had me at
Lawless.
Tom Hardy.
I saw Lawless in the theaters. It was phenomenal. So,
Boom.
But yeah, it's as good as you would think it is. It's Tom Hardy, right?
right.
So it's funny you bring up Peaky Blinders. I started watching the first episode, and apparently I'm not alone here. I couldn't understand a thing they were saying, and
Subtitles.
I threw in the towel. I got so upset, and everybody's like, "Just go back, but put on the subtitles." And I was like, "I'm out.
It's too late.
I'm done."
Yeah.
But maybe we can go back.
Well, now that you're out, we're gonna pull you
Peaky
back
Blinders is supposed to be absolutely incredible, and I would love to do that.
You gotta have
Eventually, it's on the
subtitles.
list.
Yeah, it'll
it's
get
on the
there.
list. We'll get to it.
Yep.
Jake G, thank you again. As far as Star Wars goes, are you guys just touching on the movies, or are you going to be doing the shows? I'm excited to see what you guys get out of the lore.
So much.
Well,
So, all, because again, I haven't seen everything. So we're definitely doing it all. Eventually, we'll probably ask. Should we do in theatrical release or story release? I know that creates quite the stir.
That's fun.
Yeah.
So we'll see when that time comes. So thank you again, Jake.
All right. Mr. Jerry.
take an answer.
Mr. Jerry, thank you for the super chat. Hope you guys have had a great Christmas. I think we all did. I don't know.
You had one too?
I don't know if this has been recommended yet, but Telltale Walking Dead is phenomenal and is an overall guaranteed tearjerker. Ooh, say that twice. An emotional ride. Keep up the good work. Take care.
Thank you again, Mr. Jerry. Yes, for sure. Mason, Quinn, and I are going to be part of that. Hopefully, these Answer and Dave will be a part of that too.
It's a Walking Dead video game.
Yep.
It's just
it's a story mode game.
Yeah,
from what I understand.
Walking Dead is a video game.
Yeah,
Yes.
Telltale is like the studio,
The
I
maker,
believe.
yeah.
Yep. So yeah, that for sure will happen. Hopefully in January, but I gotta see what we gotta get out of all
I've
that
seen
first.
a little bit of the gameplay of the Telltale Walking Dead, and it looks like a lot of fun. A comic book come to life would be the best way that I think I could describe it, and looks outstanding.
All right, sorry folks, we're just trying to play catch up. There we go, Mr. Jerry. Thanks again, Mr. Jerry.
Yep, thank you.
Ginster.
Hey, Ginster.
Thank you all for what you do. I think you'd love the series Dark. It's a German show, but so good. It has subbed version, but people usually recommend watching it with subtitles. Also, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
9-9.
So I think Dark, if I'd have to go on my computer and check it out, but I'm pretty sure that's on the list. And then
I have seen Dark. It was good. It was really good.
I saw it. I did not finish Dark. I think I got into, how many seasons is there? Is there like 4 maybe? I got pretty far into it, but then things just came up and I had to step away from it. But I agree with you. It was mind-bendingly outstanding.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. So, Answer, have you seen it?
No, never even heard of it.
Yeah,
and Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
I have not seen
I have not seen any of those episodes, but
I haven't seen Brooklyn.
I think that might be on the list too.
Okay, next one up. Allison. Hey guys, you're all awesome. How many of you have seen World War Z, and would you be willing to react to it? Also loving Hogwarts on the gaming channel. Keep it up, Oak. Thank you so much. I am having a ton of fun with it, and it's actually, I've said this on the channel multiple times, it's twofold. One, it feels like I'm getting more Potter content because how intricate the story mode is, but I'm also getting to play video games, so it's fun. I have not seen World War Z, and I've said this multiple times. Like, I remember seeing the trailers and the running zombies. I was like, no, I don't want any of it. Zombies aren't supposed to run. I'm out.
I have not seen it either, so
this guy gets mad at me when I don't see a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie
or Gladiator.
or Gladiator.
I have seen World War Z. I thought it was absolutely incredible. I wish they would do a sequel to it, but sadly, I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, to be fair, Diamond Dave, he also hasn't seen Days of Thunder, so
That's
I
true.
just
This guy calls himself a Tom Cruise fan.
He flies planes. It's not supposed to be racing NASCAR.
Wait, do you see that? You're going to be like, he needs to be racing NASCAR.
Folksy Profite, thank you again for the super chat. Shia LaBeouf, best career performance in Fury.
Oh, he's in that?
In my opinion. Full cast of incredible actors. John Bernthal, a.k.a. Shane, his favorite actor, pumped to see and react. Yes, we talked about Fury, how absolutely incredible it was. Shia is great in there as well, and everybody just crushes it. A truly different picture of World War II.
Answer and I haven't seen that.
Yep. A lot of fun.
That'll be good.
I can't wait to watch it now.
I know. Thank you again. Brandon Huff, I found your channel in 2022, and you all helped me get through a tough year. We appreciate it. Glad we could be some sort of joy in your life. You should check out Kingdom Hearts for gaming.
Oh, that's an oldie but a good one.
That down answer
for me anyway.
And Shawshank Redemption. So I get picked on by Dave quite a bit because I have not watched it. So that will come. I know, and I know the people are going to come eventually and be like, well, you're lying. It's like, nope, that came out early 90s?
Yeah, something like that.
94, same year as like Jurassic Park and stuff like that.
10-year-old Dave was not going to watch that. So that's just me. I'm not saying for any other 10-year-olds during that time. Just for 10-year-old Diamond Dave was not
every
interested.
Christmas at my grandpa's.
I've seen Shawshank, but it's been a long time since I've seen it start to finish, like more than a decade for me. And Kingdom Hearts, I remember that having a lot of hype, and that was a very popular game. So maybe it's user friendly for a guy like me.
It should be. It should be. I've never played Kingdom Hearts, but I've seen enough on it that it looks like it's a fun game.
Just know, was it Donald Duck and he beats with a giant key or something?
Yeah, that's one of the things you can do with it.
Max, thank you for the super chat. Oath's long insights made a wiser man. Thank you, Pat. Well, thank you very much. Again, I try to put my insights in. I am very well aware that I'm long-winded. It runs in the family. Believe me. You think I talk a lot? You should have heard my dad. There's the old "bay goodbye" thing. So I know Answer's gonna. I'm waiting for Answer to get the wrap it up box with the music.
Just get a big hook.
One of these times.
Yeah, the big hook.
He's gonna start playing the wrap it up music. But no, I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
All right.
Labara, greetings from Switzerland. Okay, greetings to you.
Thank you.
Love what you guys do on this channel. Some of the most entertaining reactors out there. Well, thank you for that. We're always humbled by all the positive comments that we get. My question is, have you considered watching the fantastic Amazon show, The Expanse? That's one I've heard of and I've seen the trailers for, and that's another one similar to so many of the great shows on Amazon that I wanted to dive into but held back because of the channel.
We actually did get I haven't seen it.
Neither have I.
Yeah, we actually had a handful of requests for that, so I do believe that's on the list to come at some point. So thank you again for the super chat. Michelle Woods, have you reacted to Matthew Perry movies? My favorite are The Whole 9 Yards, the sequel, The Whole 10 Yards, Fools Rush In. Since his passing, plenty of reactors have been reacting to his movies. I actually have not seen The Whole 10 Yards, and I have not seen Fools Rush In. I've seen The Whole 9 Yards.
I've seen The Whole 9 Yards. I saw Whole 10 Yards, but I could not tell you for the life of me what it's about or anything. And then I have not seen Fools Rush In.
Yeah, I have not seen any of them, so that would be brand new to me.
Yeah, I wasn't much of a Friends person. My older sister was a huge fan, so I never really got into any of those types of movies. I haven't seen any of them, but I've heard, I think, was it Selma Hayek, I think, was in Fools Rush In. I think she spoke very highly of Matthew Perry in that working with him in that film.
Yeah, rest in peace, Matt.
You haven't seen Matthew Perry with Chris Farley? And, I can't. What is the name of that movie? I can't think of it now.
I have not.
Whitney Hilario. Thank you for the super chat.
Well, thank you, Whitney.
Yep.
I think it's a sticker that you probably sent from the screen that we're looking at. We can't see if it is a sticker. So again, thank you. Lone Courier 21. Courier.
If you think cliffhangers are rough, wait till you see Attack on Titan and One Piece. I recommend a short trailer called The Breathtaking World of One Piece by Straw Hat V or 5. No spoilers. Pirates or the Ring.
Okay.
If you will. So we did watch the first season of animated of One Piece. So
The live
was
action.
not
the live
action.
Oh, you're talking about the 1,000 episodes of the One Piece.
Yeah.
We've talked about that 1,000 episodes.
I'm pretty sure that'll happen because I'm curious to with the show. Right, the show was so dang good.
Oh,
I'm actually real
amazing.
curious
It was
to see
amazing.
what the anime is like on there. So I'm sure that'll come at some point.
Yeah.
Is that on Netflix? Someone let me know in the comments, but I can't remember.
Cliffhangers.
One Piece? Yeah, it's on.
Although
I don't know
Avatar
if
and
it's all
Legend of
1,000.
Korra were pretty big on
also.
cliffhangers. I remember a lot
Yeah.
of times taking off.
Like what? Ant123, thank you for the super chat. Equalizer 1, 2, or 3. Well, good news. I have not seen any of the Equalizers with Denzel. Oka puts them over incredibly highly.
Yeah, I love the Equalizers. In fact, I saw 1, 2, and 3 in the theaters, I believe, and I think we had talked about watching 3 on this channel, but I think
3's gonna happen because I still have yet to see it.
I think I went to both with my fiance, and so we went. I told these guys, hey, I'm going to see the 3rd in the theaters. So I've seen them all. I think I've seen them all. God, me and my fiance used to go to so many movies. It's hard to keep track of what I've all seen in the theaters, but I think I saw them all in the theaters. But in any regard, they're awesome movies. These guys are going to love them.
Mm-hmm. Thanks again.
Yep.
Neon Fuzzles 420. Blazing Saddles?
I have not seen that. I know about it, but I haven't seen it.
I've never seen Blazing Saddles, and I know it's a classic, but I'm kind of in the same boat as Diamond Dave. Like some of these movies when they came out, like if they weren't some action movie like Stallone or Schwarzenegger that my old man was watching, my stepdad, it just wasn't it.
Yeah, I've seen Blazing Saddles. Gene Wilder, of course, is incredible in it. Way ahead of its time. A lot of love to Richard Pryor in that one for his involvement in it, but incredible movie and a lot of fun. Way ahead of its time for sure.
Thanks again, Neon. Amna. Gosh, I can't even pronounce that one. Nope.
Crear.
Sorry if we butchered it. Have you seen The Boy Who Lived by Daniel Radcliffe? It's about Harry Potter's stunt double who was paralyzed during the film. It's a must-see for all. I didn't even know about that.
I have heard about that. That's popped up in my YouTube feed a couple of times, but I've stayed away from it just in case we do it. So I'm sure it's an absolute tearjerker and probably incredible.
Yeah, I've heard about the story as well through all the Potter stuff, but I haven't watched that film. But I mean, seems like it would be very difficult to watch. Obviously, if he was a stunt double, you're going to assume it was a younger child, and for them to go through that, not like it's not sad if anybody goes through that, but especially at a younger age, that had to be pretty rough. So,
all right, Lord Grimm, thank you again for.
Hey, we got a sticker.
We can actually see a sticker now.
Hey, we can see it.
It's like a puppy with hearts. Is that or maybe
that's
a
nice.
squirrel?
All right, Denise
Seaver Fries.
you guys have changed the stereotypical view of bodybuilders forever. Smart, thoughtful, crazy, funny. You 3 are brilliant. Hugs from Canada.
Oh, thank you.
well, I will say this.
I'm not a bodybuilder.
We're all into lifting weights. I will say this as a bodybuilder.
Years ago.
I would be remiss if I didn't admit stereotypes come from some place. But like the other stereotypes, it's usually the 1%. Look, I know some bodybuilders who are complete meatheads and jerks and bullies and insecure and all that. They are, I can promise you, they are the 1%. And I just saw a meme. It was like the biggest guy in the gym what you think they're like, and it was the T-Rex from Jurassic Park, and it's like what they're really like, and it was Rex from Toy Story, which I haven't seen, but I know Rex because I bought my nephew
you get
Rex
the
toys.
reference.
Yeah.
99% of the big guys that you're going to see out are down to earth. People who have worked very hard to get where they're at. We're not meatheads. Unfortunately, a lot of stereotypes do come from someplace, so I always have to admit that. But most of the big guys, if you're from Canada, Chris Bumstead, Regan Grimes, Ian Vaillare, Antoine Vaillant, I know all those guys very well, all very nice guys, all very down to earth. But thank you very much. We appreciate that because I've tried very hard for a lot of years to downplay, or not downplay, to buck the stereotype of, bodybuilders are meatheads and arrogant and things like that. And it's appreciated to know that people see that through the channel. So
You do usually come over eating a protein bar, so
that's true. Joseph Kwan, thank you for the super chat. The Professional. This movie might not get a lot of views, but it's a great older one. And Natalie Portman's first ever film. Gary Oldman also plays a corrupt DEA agent, and he's phenomenal. I completely agree with you. I saw The Professional. I've seen it a number of times. I absolutely love it. I think it's an incredible, incredible movie. Jean Reno. That's the movie that I found that guy through it and loved him and everything he does. So I agree with you. It's awesome.
I've seen bits and pieces, not the whole thing, but yeah. It looked good.
I have not seen it. I'm familiar with the movie, but I have not seen it.
Never even heard of it. So I'll write it down, which I did, and investigate it. Appreciate it, Joseph.
Investigate.
Thanks, Joseph.
All right. Oh, another super sticker.
Okay, so the super stickers seem to be working now.
Ms. Latitude. Oh, a cup of coffee.
With, what is that, a little guy fishing?
Oh, wait, or is it maybe...
Or is that a bird?
It's like a little bird.
Is it coffee or is it hot chocolate?
We need a bigger TV,
It's a little bird.
All right, Josh Gibson says super chat, but there's no message, so appreciate it, Josh.
Yep.
Well, thank you.
All right. Area is Sarah. Hey guys, hoping you watch more Indian movies in 2024. Wanted to suggest Jigar Thanda XX, one of the best in 2023, inspired by spaghetti westerns. Clint Eastwood's team even tweeted about it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun with those movies. They've been a riot. We've really enjoyed diving into just how much action they can pack into a movie.
Yep.
And so all of these suggestions are definitely something that we take into consideration. And look, if Clint Eastwood's team has given it the props, I mean,
thumbs up.
who are we to argue?
Absolutely.
So
yeah, those have been a lot of fun and a lot of big surprises for us. And some of them are done a little bit differently than what we expect from normal, action movies that we might see. But that's a lot of fun because it'll throw a different wrinkle into it. Whether it's, I believe it was Kythie, where there was only 2 pistols in the whole movie. Everything else was clubs and knives and hand fighting and machetes. So it's a real different view on things, and it's they've been a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, always entertaining.
Michelle Montoya, will you be watching The Ones Who Live week by week? Yes. Love the reactions to 10 Things, Legally Blonde, and Pitch Perfect series. We appreciate it, Michelle.
Just Legally Blonde, not Legally Blonde 2.
yeah, what about Legally Blonde Part 2? No love for that one.
A lot of people told us how bad it was going to be, but
I think Legally Blonde 2 is one of those movies you just deny its existence, like The Pacifier, that movie.
That's your favorite Vin Diesel adventure.
It was pretty rough.
yeah. But yes, Michelle, we will be doing that. There's no way we're going to delay seeing Rick Grimes back on screen. So
Rick
no
and
way.
Michonne are going to be awesome.
Yeah, and Michonne. About time we get those 2 back. Lord Grimm, we got another super sticker. Appreciate it.
Shaker?
Salt shaker. Ooh. Heck yeah. Thank you again. Watermelon time.
Have you guys already seen The Accountant with Ben Affleck? One of the best movies of 2016. Love your channel. Thank you so much for your reactions. That was pre-channel. That I did see. It's phenomenal.
That is on the list because I haven't seen it.
I have not seen that either, but like you say, I've heard it's awesome.
I heard it's awesome, and I think they're making a sequel to it.
Oh, none of you guys saw that one.
No.
Yeah.
Let us know. I have not heard anything about The Accountant 2. Dusty Loadholtz.
Hey.
Could you guys possibly watch The Night Before? What is The Night Before?
Yeah, that'd be a new one on me, Dusty.
The Night Before? Am I thinking, is that the with Seth Rogen, Anthony Mackie, and Joseph Levitt-Gordon.
Oh, is that where they have like a Christmas deal?
They had a Christmas the night before.
Then I have. If that's the one,
we saw that in the theater.
We've
that
seen
movie's hilarious.
Andrew and I have seen it.
I have not seen it.
I have not seen it, but it's hard to see where that crew could do something that wasn't funny. So that'd be a lot of fun.
Thanks, Dusty.
Sure.
Yep, that's
Josh
exactly
Gibson,
what I was thinking.
Thank you. Any chance for newer Star Trek movies or TV shows like Discovery or New Worlds? And have you guys watched Detective Pikachu? I know, Diamond Dave,
So like Star Wars, I know nothing about Star Trek. So a lot of us want us to run the whole table of older and newer
This
films.
is about all I know of Star Trek is
I
live
guess.
long and prosper.
Yeah,
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
You're doing it this way. That's for Vader. Vader time.
Yeah, gosh, I might have seen some of the James Tiberius Kirk Star Trek movies back when I was a lot younger, but I don't remember the original movies. I think I've seen one of the Chris Pine Star Trek movies, and the old school Star Treks, I find myself watching them on Pluto TV sometimes because they're just so damn entertaining with Kirk and Spock and company. So I'm sure that's something we'll eventually dive into. Detective Pikachu, I have not seen, but I think universally everybody knows Pikachu for some pop culture reference.
Yeah.
So that might be fun.
Yeah, I've never
I think
seen
that'll
it.
be a fun one just because it's, I believe Ryan Reynolds is the voice of the Pikachu.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. Okay.
I haven't
Well,
seen
then
the
we're gonna
Star
check
Trek
it out.
movies or Pikachu either. So
Thanks again, Josh.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
I think the kid that
All
stars
right.
in it is the voice of Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse movies, I think.
Still my so Brandy Torres, Amazon Summer I Turned Pretty is still my recommendation. All right, well we'll look into it.
Yep.
Can't say no,
Summer
can't
I
say yes, but
Turned
we'll look
Pretty.
into it.
I remember the summer I turned pretty.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that, but again, I don't know anything about it, so it could be
Refresh.
Refreshing these super chats. There's so many of them, which we thank you so much.
Let's go down.
Wow.
Brandy,
Oh, there
there's
we go.
Brandy. All right.
All right.
Scott.
All right, Scott Cravey. Love you guys. Don't know if it's up on y'all's alley, but have you seen Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? George Clooney's a genius in it. I have seen
I've seen
Oh
it.
Brother, Where Art Thou? That was a lot of fun. Yeah, George Clooney is outstanding in it as well as the rest of the cast. I really like that it's. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I want to spoil these guys if they haven't seen it.
I have
I'm
not
gonna
seen it, so don't spoil.
Yeah.
I'm going to withhold my comments on what it's based of and that sort of thing. If you know, you know. And I thought that was a brilliant adaptation.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's a fun watch. We watched it actually in high school. We watched it senior year.
It's got John Goodman in it.
I have
Hey,
I have not seen it.
Yep.
No.
No,
Highly
I'll
recommend.
look forward to it then.
Yep. Yep.
Thanks, Scott. DP Clicks 3.0. Thank you again.
Love
Will
it.
you do foreign horror movies or games like Outlast or E7 into
Resident
horror
Evil
movies,
7.
Witch Downfall, German, ND, The Mummy, Great Yippee, Kaye, Hulk is a Legend. Yeah, just give us some suggestions. The one foreign movie that Quinn and I talked about that we really want to see is with our boy Steven Yeun.
Yep.
What was that called? It starts with an M. Andrew, can you look up Steven Yeun?
Yeah, it's
one. I think it won awards.
Yeah, it did, and I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the name as well because I remember when we were going through all
It starts
of these.
with an M. I know that.
We were looking at a number of different foreign
Minar?
movies.
Minari?
Yeah,
Minari?
Minari, I think.
Minari.
Is that it?
We really want to do that one. So we hope sooner rather than later we get to do that one because again, I know it won awards and it has our dude Steven Yeun, so I want to see that.
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
we've had a lot of requests for a number of different horror movies from different genres and different countries.
Sorry,
so.
it's Mayhem. Mayhem.
No, not Mayhem. You had it right for the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Because that's an action horror and
Okay.
the other one is not.
Yeah, I haven't seen Mayhem either, but I would love to see that. So,
It's a drama.
thanks, DP. Yes.
Esben Arldson.
There we go.
Esben Arldson says, hello from Denmark. Loved your Harry Potter content. I've watched all of them like 20 to 30 times
man.
at least.
We appreciate it.
Thanks for the
Just
views.
sheer quality and always amazing to have running on the side while grinding a game. Thank you very much. It's like I said, I don't think any of us would have ever imagined that we would have fallen in love the way we did with Harry Potter, and it's been so cool. And it really is. It's like its own community, which is the coolest thing that I don't really know. Like, look, it's obvious Star Wars has their people, Star Trek has their people, but as far as like franchises and like their own communities, the Potter world is pretty unique, and it's just so much fun that we were able to experience that and continue to get to experience it. So,
Tomo 2 from the UK. Greetings from across the pond. You guys should do the Coronado trilogy. I agree. I don't know if these guys have seen all of them.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
Neither.
The Stephen Pegg or Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright. The World's End, Shaun of the
Nick
Dead,
Frost.
and Hot Fuzz. So I have seen all three of those,
same.
but I did not see some of the more recent ones like Paul, and there was a handful of others that
Paul is pretty good.
that Simon Pegg and Nick Frost and Edgar Wright and company I think were a part of. But I know we've gotten requests on that trilogy for a long time now, and I think it's just a matter of what have people seen and what have they not seen. But I've seen all three.
I've seen all three.
You've seen all three?
Yeah, they're hilarious and great watches.
Of course, I've seen Shaun of the Dead. Of course,
I haven't seen
World's End. World's End. I
World's End.
don't recall.
Have to get that pub crawl done.
And then what was the other one?
Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz, yeah.
I think I've seen Hot Fuzz. I'll just say yes, just because I can't remember. But I'll just say yes to Hot Fuzz.
And then there's like off the wall ones like Run Fat Boy Run.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's one I have not seen.
Interesting.
Hank Azaria is just a classic in that.
Thank you for the super chat. All right, Israel Scott.
Will you guys dive into the One Piece anime since y'all enjoy One Piece live action?
Got to see what it's about.
Gotta
See what it's about. So yes.
Yep.
No ETA, but yes. Kevin, 1 by 1. Watch Death Note. Your mind will be blown. It is on the list. It is on the list.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Adriana Marie, a.k.a. AD, thank you again. Thank you for a great year. Y'all have helped me a lot. Have you guys seen the show The 100? I would love to do a rewatch with y'all. Thanks for the Walking Dead 2 cents. The 100, that's another one much like The Expanse or Dark, where I did want to check that out. I had seen it popped up. It looked very interesting, and I wanted to see it, but held off because of the channel. So I'm familiar with what you're talking about, and I think it's probably pretty good from what I remember from the trailers.
Haven't seen the 100, but it is on the list because I know a lot of people requested it.
Hey, Ray of Sunshine again.
Have you seen that one, Oak? No?
You guys seen it?
No.
Okay.
Never heard of it.
All
All right, go ahead, answer.
Ray of Sunshine again. Thank you again for another super chat. Just some anime suggestions. Demon Slayer. I think you mentioned that one maybe before. Jujutsu Kaisen, One Punch Man, Gaming, Resident Evil 7 and 8, Little Nightmare, and FNAF Help Wanted. All right.
Five Nights at
Friday. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
A lot
Well,
of
hopefully
Five
that's
Nights.
better than the movie.
I'm very curious actually to play that game now
Yes.
because I was not a fan of the movie. I very much understand that it
With the
was for
exception of
people
Matthew
who played
Lillard.
the video games. But now I'm curious about the video games. So
Yeah, I definitely have to see what the game is about because if it helps enhance our viewing experience for the movie, then I'm all for it. So
Absolutely.
all right, Cub One Maker, or have any of you seen Ted Lasso? Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Have any of you seen Ted Lasso? If not, much recommend. Thank you for the content this year, guys. Y'all helped me a year ago when I was going through a rough time, more than you know. As I've said before, and will continually say it, and every time I say it, please understand that I mean it, that these sort of comments mean a lot to us. And you know, if us watching some movies and laughing, if you're going through some stuff and you can put us on in the background and it makes you feel like you're hanging out with the guys, or even, you know, just not spending time alone, or going through rough stuff and have a reason to laugh, you know, we appreciate that, and we're glad that we can be there for people. But messages like this mean a lot to us.
Absolutely.
So thank you.
Ted Lasso will happen. I have seen all of them, so I probably won't be a part of that reaction. But I know.
When did you have time to watch Ted Lasso?
Who's in Ted Lasso?
Now, granted, have I seen
Jason
sat there and
Sudeikis
watched intently?
Nope.
Okay, I didn't know if you had it on as just background noise
It's
or
background.
Okay.
So, like, if you were to say, "Hey, what happened in season 2, Dave?" I know the end.
yeah. I have not seen Ted Lasso, but it's very highly recommended.
Yeah, so it will happen.
Hey, it's Bill Lawrence runs it. You know me, I love Scrubs, so you know it's got to be good.
All right, Brian Hutcher, have you seen the Iron Claw yet? Fantastic movie. If you knew the amount of anticipation and holding back that I've had to do for the Iron Claw, I cannot wait to watch that film. It looks incredible. I know it's going to be a huge tearjerker, much like the Mickey Rourke version of The Wrestler. I think that's a movie I've only watched once because emotionally it took so much out of me, and I'm sure The Iron Claw is going to be the same. Nothing but rave reviews from that movie.
Yeah, definitely happening for the channel. We don't care if it gets 1 view or however many. It's happening for the channel because we eventually want to talk to some of our wrestling friends about it through the interwebs as well. So it'll definitely happen here. First time watch, of course. Thank you again, Brian. Whitney's back. Thank you very much. I wish we could like refund that $1 or however much you. I don't know why I did that, but.
Hi guys. I don't know why my message didn't show. Thank you again for the super chat. Last year, Oak answered this to me, but what are the plans on going to Universal and when can we expect the video? I think that's a little bit up in the air. I mean, our schedules are between, the 4 of us and work and stuff is a little bit tough. I mean, just getting in the studio so to get to Florida, I mean, we would definitely like to do it. And it's not that hard for us to kind of plan a weekend down there, but at the same time with our schedules, it's tricky. So I think we definitely want to do it. But it's not something that I think, Dave can speak a little bit more to it. But I don't think it's something we have a hard date set for. But trust me, please believe me when I say that I really want to go down there and want to see it. So it's definitely on my to-do list.
Yes, so we are going to try everything possible to make it happen. It will happen at some point. For time frame, we hope 2024, but we aren't 100% sure yet. But we do want it to happen way sooner than later. Especially, yes, everything will be filmed for the most part that we can think of. So once we kind of get a little bit more details kind of in play, then we'll start kind of making some announcements. But it is on the docket to try to get there in 2024.
Absolutely.
Thanks again, Whitney.
Yep.
Ooh, super sticker.
Oh, a diamond.
Yeah, Diana Cathrall, thank you for the diamond.
Thank you.
Super sticker. It must be for Diamond Dave Damone. That's all it can be for.
It's got to be.
If it is, thank you.
Cedrine 416, love from Montreal. Fantastic city from what I hear. I would suggest Spirit, Stallion of the Cimmerian for an animated movie. Also, if you like World War II content, Hunters, a TV show from Amazon Prime with Logan Lerman. I have heard of Hunters. It sounded really cool and interesting. But again, I feel like I'm a broken record here. Simply didn't have a chance to check it out, but the overall concept of it seemed pretty incredible.
All right.
Thank you again.
I haven't seen any of those. Not Spirit.
No.
Nope.
Stallion,
Haven't seen any.
And again, thank you for the World War II content because some of this stuff it's like it comes through and I'm like, okay, I want to go home and watch it now.
Yeah. Well, that's the
put it off.
thing,
Put it off from the channel. It's a constant battle we all face. Really.
Yep. I remember before we started the channel, I thought, well, I watch a lot of movies. I've seen a lot of TV shows. How much stuff could be out there that I haven't seen?
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. My God.
All right. Durag Bandit again. Thank you very much. Would you all try the DC Animated Universe? It's great. About 15 movies. Also, the following is great, starring Kevin Bacon and our boy Lamplighter. And we need PS5 Spider-Man and Star Wars theatrical release. Okay, so first question, DC Animated? Heck yes. The only ones that I've seen was part 1 and 2 of The Dark Knight, the Christopher Drake ones, which are fantastic, which Batman, I wish Snyder kind of went a little bit more from that. But I don't think, have you guys seen any of them?
I've not seen any of them.
The only one is the one that I purchased was The Killing Joke.
Yeah,
there's 15
that one I have seen.
That one is amazing.
They're actually really, the 3 that I've seen are good.
DC movies.
The 3 that I just mentioned,
they're better than the live action.
Are they full-length movies?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a
Hour
good 90
30.
minutes. Yeah, 90 minutes.
Hour 30. So yes, those are coming.
Didn't know.
Thank you again, Durag.
The second part of it, Dave?
Sorry. Also, the following is starring Kevin Bacon and our boy Lamplighter.
Put that on there.
Yeah.
Also, the following is great.
The following is great.
Oh, the following.
Yeah.
We can look into that.
Yeah.
And then the PS5 Spider-Man, we're all 4 going to try to be there for that one for sure. And your recommendation is do the theatrical release for Star Wars. Noted.
Okay, so as it was released. Okay.
Okay.
All right. The Vengeful, thank you for the super chat.
Your reviews and reactions are great. Here's
Oh,
some game
thank you.
recommendations. BioShock, Outlast 1 and 2, Telltale Walking Dead. Yes, Red Dead Redemption 2. Heard a lot of good stuff about that. Assassin's Creed, Last of Us 1, Detroit Become Human, and Until Dawn. I think we've gotten recommendations on just about all those,
all of them,
Diamond Dave. So
Yep.
great stuff to have, and thank you again, Vengeful, for the super chat.
Yeah, can't wait for The Last of Us when we get to that, because I've only watched gameplay. I've never played it, so that's what I'm excited
we've got
for.
our video up on the
it's,
gameplay
it's
there.
even more fun playing in your dark living room, just immersed on it.
Well, and Gustavo with his score,
I haven't, yeah,
mind blowing.
I haven't played the second one though. of
Mind
Last of
blowing.
Us.
Jennifer, thank you for support here and on Patreon. Appreciate it. Been a Patreon since Harry Potter. Thanks for the laughs and hilarious reactions to Twilight.
You're welcome.
Very
So
welcome.
much fun.
Very curious, since seeing your jam sessions with Pitch Perfect, would you ever consider Hamilton? Well,
No.
God, how can I say this? Watch the trailer that drops in a few hours.
Seems like you just gave it away.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the trailer.
All right.
All right.
Getting caught up here on
Get
the chat.
back. All right, Jennifer.
there-
All right,
there's
so
somewhere.
Angel Griffin.
Can you possibly watch the Umbrella Academy?
We can investigate.
Yeah, that
we can
one's-
look into it.
that
I've
one's had a
heard good things about that
Yep,
show.
that one has a few requests. Kind of looks like a little bit of a spy.
I
show,
saw the
perhaps?
first season of Umbrella Academy. I thought it was a lot of fun, a little bit different. It's very unique. It's not
Okay.
like anything else. So
Okay.
it's interesting. We'll just put it that way. So, NTYB, Natty B, thank you for the super chat. Have you seen the most quotable movie, Mean Girls? I have not ever seen Mean Girls.
Can't believe not even your fiance made you watch it. At least
No,
I
you
thought
guys
that was
have
the
seen Mean
staple.
Yeah.
Have you
Not
seen
all the
Mean
way
Girls?
through, but
Yeah.
not all the way through, but I've seen it.
I have not seen Mean Girls. No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, there we go.
I'm all alone. It's just going to be a reaction.
Put it on the list.
Which is the Oak sitting here watching Mean Girls.
It will happen. It will happen. All right, Jake G's back. Thank you again, my man. Are you guys excited for Ridley Scott's Gladiator 2 next November? Any anticipated films you won't be able to hold off and wait for the channel? With you guys are the more hardcore. Fine, I'll start. You're looking at me. I am actually looking forward to Gladiator 2.
Well, yeah, because you're the new fan of it.
Are you not entertained? So that was actually pretty cool to actually finally see that and see what everything was referencing over all these years.
Yep.
So any anticipated films for me right now in 2024? Ooh, that's putting me on the spot because I can't remember what's all coming out. So
Yeah,
I'm going to have to defer to I don't know yet.
Yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic about Gladiator 2. I'm very nervous because I don't know how you give Gladiator a sequel without Russell Crowe not being in it. Obviously, going to tell a whole new story with a new batch of actors, but I'm cautiously optimistic, and I really, really hope it's good because Gladiator was so legendary. As far as anticipated films,
Yes, Eliza.
the new Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning Part 2, I guess whenever that comes out. Deadpool, I'm excited for when that finally comes out. And there's maybe a handful of others, but because of the writer's strike, I feel like I've been in a bit of a void as far as what's coming out for 2024 and beyond. So I'll be looking forward to getting caught up on trailers.
For 2024, yeah, it's going to be really hard is Deadpool 3, obviously. I think that might just, maybe it could be a Bad Medicine at the Night movies. I don't know. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
But that's my most anticipated. And I'm pretty optimistic Gladiator 2 is going to be good because it has Ridley Scott. But it might not be as good as one because one is just so good.
Yeah.
So we'll see what direction he takes it and everything like that. So I'm genuinely intrigued to watch it.
I have the same reservations as Mason Quinn has. How do you follow up from that story? The thing I am looking forward to in Gladiator 2, and look, I don't know if it's going to be 100% in the Coliseum. What I am looking forward to, and they did it very well for 2000, 2002, but representations of the Coliseum with modern technology. Again, when you watch Gladiator, you felt like, okay, this is what the Coliseum looks like, but I'm curious to see what they do with it. And look, I think they know they've got big shoes to fill but sometimes the sequel, I know the movie 300, Dave hasn't seen it. I think people will agree that the follow-up to the 300 was not nearly as good as the first one. And sometimes it's just, there's an excitement about being introduced to a certain world that once you're already there, it's not that the follow-up isn't as good, it's just the introduction to that world was so powerful. So cautiously optimistic would be.
I'm not sure this is maybe a little bit off base, guys, like to your take. I don't like the name Gladiator 2. To me, calling it Gladiator 2 kind of, it feels cheap almost. I wish they would call it like Gladiator Blood and Sand or something. You know, I don't like calling it 2.
I see what you're saying.
You never know, it might get a name change.
Yeah, so hopefully they go
They've
that
done
route,
that before.
I'm not a fan of just calling it 2. So
Esben Arldson, the super chat was a very good pronunciation of my name. So IMC, usually anywhere between about 15 or 25 fitness competitions every year. So while I'm going to say Nordic's names generally aren't the most popular, I've gotten pretty good at either saying names properly or what I will say, mispronouncing them with confidence. Usually at a fitness competition, there's going to be their parents and a couple other people who know I pronounce it wrong, but as long as I don't fumble, it looks good. But I'm glad I got it right. Anna 123, sticker didn't come through.
Well, it's a super chat.
Super chat.
Unfortunately, it didn't come through with a message.
Blank. So come back in again, Anna, and we will dive right into that. I'll follow up with Lilith. Have you guys covered, thank you for the super chat, first and foremost, have you guys covered the Harry Potter fan film Sisters of House Black by Kelsey Ellison? Amazing. We
didn't even know about that. I didn't even know about it.
No, have not.
We'll add it to the list.
Dave's adding that to his list.
Yeah, and it's more Harry Potter stuff, so how can you go wrong, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's been some really interesting fan stuff, like the Marauders fan-made thing that we watched was phenomenal, but yeah, there's so much good Potter content out there that sometimes it can be hard to keep up. So,
Spencer Z, thank you for the super chat. Train to Busan 2, Peninsula. Y'all got to give it a watch. I didn't even know that was out. Diamond Dave and I had a lot of fun with Train to Busan.
Yeah,
I didn't even know there was a sequel.
You know, the Train to Busan was so good. Like we should do for sure Train to Busan 2. I didn't even realize there was a second one, but just kind of seen it. Man, I don't even know if that will ever live up to the first one because the first one was
I've never
so good.
seen it.
Yeah.
Is it an
You haven't seen it?
No.
Oh, wow,
No,
yeah.
'cause I think it was you two did that.
Yeah, we did it for the channel. But maybe you two should do it and catch up. And then all four of us can do Train to Busan too.
We'll try and make it up.
For the open answer.
Just us for once.
The open answer. It sounds like a good team.
Graham F.
Thank you for the super chat. Dave 479 of requesting the 2014 Lego movie. It has an S tier cast. Appreciate you guys and bear down week 18.
Unfortunately, we're going to be there to watch perhaps the Bears get one.
We
for
will
sure.
be there.
I'm looking for tickets to try and get there.
Yeah.
Well, there.
Mason,
I hope the Bears do all right.
Come and then we'll all go and pregame. You know, we should all dress up as. I love when people dress up as Mike Ditka for the. For the
I don't dress up for that stuff, man. Just because every time I went there, just a trouncing.
I wouldn't dress up
6
for a
touchdowns
game if I
in
knew
one
there was
half.
Yeah, that was great.
But the Lego movies
The
have
Lego
gotten
movie
a lot of love.
they are on the list, so
I have seen
you
it.
can stop requesting.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Love it.
Ditka.
I just haven't seen the second Lego movie, but I've seen that the Lego and Lego Batman.
All right.
Yeah.
Side note.
Yeah, Cube One Maker. Thank you for the super chat. Side note: Oak would really love Ted Lasso.
I love Jay. I didn't know who was in it, but you said Jason Sudeikis. I love him.
And then
so
and then
I'm
Bill Lawrence, the man behind Scrubs, Spin City, Cougar
Bone
Town.
Maker. Like the
Cube
Pokemon.
Bone Maker, like the Pokemon. There we go.
Miss L Attitude.
Miss Latitude.
Miss Latitude. Thank you for. I just trying to piece it all together. Miss Latitude. Thank you for the super sticker.
What is that? Someone flexing? I love it.
Yeah, it looks like a little. Yep.
It's a little oak with
Little flex.
hair.
Karen Vickers, I see in the comments quite a bit. Unfortunately, a message did not come through, so apologies on that. But thank you for the super chat.
Luisa Acosta, thank you for the super chat. I'm curious to know if there's a story behind your nicknames, the answer Mason Quinn, the Appleton Oak, Diamond Dave, etc. How would you and why do you rate the movies and answers? Love from Brazil. Yeah, so this is one we had a lot of fun with on previous live streams. We kind of went over it, but so Diamond Dave and myself and the answer got our nicknames from independent professional wrestling. That's how they came up, and they just kind of stuck. I think I've been referring to, I don't think I've referred to Diamond Dave over there by his given government or Christian name, whatever how you might say it. Ever since I've known him, it's always been Damone, but that comes from professional wrestling. And of course, the Appleton Oak, as he covered earlier, I gave him that nickname when we started doing a podcast many years ago. I wanted to have something with a little bit of fun, so I'll play on words from Arnold Schwarzenegger being the Austrian oak. I thought, looks a lot like an Appleton Oak over here. So the world of professional wrestling and podcasting was a lot of fun.
And then with the podcasting, we just started asking, like, what's your answer scale for like movies or TV shows that we were talking about? And we just...
It's stuck.
It's stuck, and it's been a lot of fun giving them the answers.
Doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's a lot of fun and a little something unique. So
sometimes we get a kick out of these things and have fun with that.
All right, DP Clicks 3.0, Downfall in German for World War II, featuring Hitler's last days. It's interesting that you bring up Downfall, DP Clicks, because you guys, I bet, you might never seen it in the movie, but you've seen the scene. About 10 years ago, it was a meme video, and they have Hitler in a room, and he says everybody leave except for these 4 people, and they stay. And what they turned it into was like there was one, we're from Green Bay, but it was like Hitler hears of Brett Favre retiring again, and then he goes off.
Or the Packers lose to the Giants.
Packers lose to the Giants, or Hitler finds out that like there's not a new Xbox or something. And so that particular scene where he's in the room, he tells everybody to leave except for whoever, and then he goes off on his rant.
Tirade,
that I think everybody has seen. And the only reason I know the name is because everybody was like, you hate to make light of that topic, but people did a very good job of taking what was a very serious film in a movie and turning it into a meltdown.
I didn't know that's where that was from.
That's what Downfall was from. There was a Brett Favre one that was hilarious. So so they were talking about like Brett Favre coming back next year, and then they're letting him know that Favre is retiring again or something. So
unreal. Anna, 123, thank you for the super chat. Love you guys. Please watch Robert Pattinson movie Remember Me and the Vampire Diaries show. That's had a number of requests. Diamond Dave, I'm sure you can speak to that. And anything with Robert Pattinson, we're fans of.
Yeah, we'll look into Remember Me for sure. I'll put that down here. And then Vampire Diaries. Yes, there was during that run there was a ton of requests for that. Just know that we haven't ignored it. It's just, again, we got quite a few to go through. It is on the list, so at some point it'll happen. I know our boy over at Mr. Flicks is currently running through it, and he has nothing but positive things to say about it. So
Brian's on a tear.
Check him out. All right, Scotty B. Macon. Oh, no, did we miss one?
I think I accidentally
No.
Train to Busan.
Robert Pattinson. There we go. Scotty B. Macon, will you, first off, thank you for the super chat. Will you play the Zelda series before its live action movie comes out? Would love if you play Ocarina of Time. One of the most groundbreaking games ever. I think
Nintendo 64.
I think Legend of Zelda would be the one to hand off to Mason Quinn here. He'd feel right at home.
He'd be like, home.
Or he'd be like, this isn't the Zelda.
This isn't my Zelda.
This isn't my Zelda.
It's not even dangerous out there. What am I going to take with me?
What am I going to take with me?
Appreciate it, Scotty.
Thank you, Scott.
Luke Morrison, I really enjoy all your guys' reactions. If y'all are interested in an evil type of Superman, Brightburn. That is okay. Brightburn is a fantastic version of that.
Is that with Will Smith?
No.
Okay, that must be
Brightburn. I do believe is on the list, but just in case if it's not, I will put it down here.
Oh, that
Evil
sounds
type
like
of Superman. Sounds like
Homelander.
Sounds like I was just gonna say, well, Luke Morrison, it just so happens that we do have an evil version of
we're watching
Superman
The Boys.
that flies and is bulletproof and shoots lasers from his eyes. His name is Homelander. But yeah, we'll have to check that out. Thank
that'd
you
be
for the
fun.
super chat.
Thanks, Luke.
Yep,
Thank you, Luke.
All right.
Mayara Piria?
Is that a question?
Yeah, it's just a question. Thank you for the super chat. Sorry about the butchering of the name. Are you guys interested in starting to see more foreign films? I would love to see you reacting to content from other countries, especially Brazilian movies. By the way, the new Percy Jackson would be fun too. 2X's. Yes, I love the fact that we are watching movies from different countries because you get different studios that you've never heard of involved and see how their take on action or their take on this and that. And for me, it's always just fun just to discover new things from different countries and stuff like that.
Yes.
So I am
Bring
all
in the
for it.
recommendations.
Yep.
Mayara Pereira.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
I'll take the hard one. Karen Vickers, Sean Connery, movie with Darby O'Gill and The Little People. Okay, that is not one I've heard of. And I'm a Sean Connery fan, so that's a new one on me. Not sure if that was an older Sean Connery or.
I would love to watch some Connery stuff. I don't think we've done anything Connery on the channel yet.
I do know the Bond run is eventually going to happen. Because I've never seen anything outside of Daniel Craig's for what we did for the channel, and I know you haven't seen Daniel Craig, so a big old Bond run will probably come.
Daniel Craig.
Oh, there's some good stuff. I used to love watching the old Bonds when I was a kid. It's so much fun.
I think I haven't seen a lot of Sean Connery. The Rock, of course.
Yeah, that's classic.
That's actually a James Bond
movie. We should watch what is it, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen? Because I heard
that's
it's
on
terrible.
That's on the list.
The word is it's tied in to the Bond universe.
Yeah, that's
his character is supposed to be James Bond.
Well, it's not overtly said, but it's teased. Like, it's a fan theory. It's a fan theory.
I never heard that. Look, you're getting my reaction live.
It's like
awesome.
after we watched Lord of the Rings and I told him about the Eagles theory. It just blew his mind. Anyways, I don't want to get into that.
The Eagles. Let's not get into that.
You'll get them on a 20-minute rant. You see the Eagles.
So Mackenzie Brewer, thank you very much. I think you would love the new Percy Jackson, and we are eventually going to get to them for sure, even the movies. So thank you again, Mackenzie. Jeffrey's family, thank you again for hopping back on in. It's almost 3 a.m. here in Indonesia. Gosh, you should get some sleep.
Get some sleep, brother.
I hope you guys have a good stream and Happy New Year. Well, Happy New Year to you too, Jeffries.
Happy New Year as well.
Appreciate it. Let me do a refresh here. All right. And boom.
See a couple more people asking about anime. Look, we've been going for a minute here. So yes, Attack on Titan is coming. So I saw that scroll through Attack on Titan. Saw somebody else asked about, I think Elisa Bella asked about Mean Girls. No, I haven't seen Mean Girls. So I'm excited to see that.
Pog of Greed, love you guys. Thank you for the super chat, Pog. Love you guys. Was wondering if you have seen National Treasure with Nicolas Cage, one of my favorite treasure hunting films. I have not seen any of the National Treasures, and that sounds like it might be a fun run.
I saw the first one. I have not seen the second one.
I've seen both.
Those are some of my favorite movies of all time. The first National Treasure is a national treasure. It is
very entertaining.
It is so good, and you will absolutely love it. And this is one where I want to be like, The Answer has seen some movies him and I have watched. And every once in a while I'll catch the answer. The answer is not watching. The answer is being you at home with us live. The answer is, and I'm going to be like this the whole time with me.
This is going to be like
National Treasure.
Excuse me, National Treasure. I just you get the Independence reference with National Treasure. Please.
Spoilers. No, I'm kidding.
All right.
That's not enough to give anything away.
Labara, thank you for the super chat. You guys need to watch The Raid 1 and 2 if you have not already. Great films with some recognizable martial arts actors like Iko Uwais and Yuyan Ryuan.
Those are on the list, and eventually they should be coming this year for sure.
Yeah, a lot of requests on those.
Can't wait to see those. I've never seen them, but
Sounds like
highly
fun.
requested throughout our YouTube.
Martial arts movies are always fun to watch.
Taryn Ford, thank you for the super chat.
Again. Thank you.
I would love if you watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the series, or Charmed. They're both amazing shows, and they have great cameos by then unknowns. Now, that's a good point you bring up about a lot of those, shows, I'll say back in the day, that had a lot of actors who we've come to know now in huge blockbusters, and it's fun seeing them get their starts. Obviously, I know those have massive cult followings, and they're very popular with many folks, but I haven't seen them.
Yeah, because Buffy, there's an episode where it's Pedro. It's like his first acting gig, Pedro Pascal.
Nice.
And he's got this big forehead. It just came out, when Last of Us exploded. That was one of the pictures and memes that they showed.
Everywhere.
So yeah, that's what's so much fun to watch about those, old shows.
Yep.
Obsidian, thank you for the super chat. Can't wait for you guys to watch Invincible again. I love that show.
Just waiting.
Man.
Does anyone let us know in the chat if anyone has figured out a date yet? I know they left it pretty vague, saying early 2024, but I don't think it's happening in January. But I could be wrong.
You think they would have a lot more trailers out if it was going to happen in January? But either way, let us know if you guys have heard anything. Devin Neal, thank you for the super chat. Have you seen The King on Netflix? I have not seen that.
Never even heard of it.
No.
I think my wife has watched it.
I haven't even heard of it. The King. That title could mean about so many different things.
And that's the thing with Netflix. They do tend to crank out a ton of original content. It can be hard to keep up on for sure.
All right. Coming up next, I'm going to go, that's Ilak Taku. Hey, everyone. Lots of love from India. Thank you for the super chat. I'm a new subscriber of your channel. I enjoy your reactions to movies like Harry Potter, some of our favorites. Thank you for making me laugh and smile when I'm feeling low. Thank you very much for following along. Like I said, we started the channel just to watch the movies and have some fun on ourselves, and to know that, when people are going through it, whether it be a rough time or some very serious stuff, like we've had some people share with us, that hanging out with us and watching a couple movies, especially Potter, us reacting to that first kiss between Hermione and Ron, or Answer's favorite part of Ron throwing a brick.
Oh my God, just smashing him over the head. Now what do I do?
What do I do?
I love
but
that.
the fact that us watching movies can make you laugh and bring some smiles to your day means a lot to us. So thank you very much. We appreciate that.
This is the guy in the corner is the COVID. I know. Answer's perfectly healthy. Just a bit of a cough.
Battle Royale. DP Clicks 3.0. Thank you again. Battle Royale. I'll put that on the list. And have you watched Signs? I have not seen Signs.
I've seen Signs.
I have seen it as well. A lot of fun.
I've seen Signs. One of the
Mel and Joaquin.
One of the creepiest scenes in all of cinematic things. You just you know it when you see it.
Yeah, you know if you know.
But I'll have to check. I think that might be in the list because I haven't seen it. So awesome. Thank you for that. Jayton Solaniki, reaction on Chernobyl series if you haven't watched. How can I put this? I don't know what to do with my hands.
Just say something.
Say something.
Something?
Just say something.
Say something.
I did see Chernobyl. It was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. It was one of those, I think it came out slightly before we started doing reactions. So I
Coming sooner.
I jumped
rather
on it
than
right
later.
away, and I'm really excited for these guys to watch. Incredibly well done. It's a must see. So.
Yeah, I've already given too many spoilers, so
Tom Holland over there.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go.
So thank you for the super chat.
Okay, there we go. Looks like Trevor Lapointe looks like our next one. Thank you for the super chat. Speaking of good movies to check out, I got two for you boys and one TV show. Vivarium with Jesse Eisenberg and The Visit. The TV show is called From. I think I've heard of From, but boy, the Jesse Eisenberg film I'm not familiar with, but he's another actor who we love. Just about everything he's in, so definitely one to add.
Not seen either of those or even heard of them.
Yeah, I haven't heard.
I'm looking forward to that.
I haven't heard of any of those. So, like we've said before, some of the stuff we've never heard of turns out to be, some
really
of the most
good,
identifiable stuff. So I never want to be like, oh, I haven't even heard of it, because, like I said,
there's been some stuff,
there's so much out there now too.
Yeah,
so
absolutely, thank you for the super.
Yeah, I think if I'm remembering correctly from all the comments, I think From has been requested, but we haven't looked into it yet. So. Yeah. So we'll look into that one.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
Sky is at LL 2D.
Sky 2D.
Thank you for the super chat. Hi guys, I don't know if you guys will ever react to anime, but if you do, I recommend Death Note in English dub and Attack on Titan as well.
Oh,
Well, hey,
they're coming.
Attack on Titan is on its way.
Yep.
Attack on Titan coming very soon, as soon as we finish up Korra. So
It follows Korra.
So
So,
that-
we
I
should
think that'll
I
be
should
fun.
say too, you guys, there will be, when I say follows Korra, there's going to be a gap before the cuts come, because we aren't just going to do a 10-minute reaction and throw it up. We'll most likely will do 2, maybe 3 episodes, and just kind of go from there. Kind of like what we've been doing since Last Airbender, where we get far enough ahead on Patreon for the cuts, so that way you guys can get for the season 1, season 2, season 3, etc. Get that all weekly instead of one here, one there, one over here. So just be aware of that.
Chris Breezy, thank you for the super chat there. Foreign film recommendations, which, again, thank you for the foreign film recommendations. We always look forward to those. This is not what I expected from 2017, a Chinese rom-com with a food theme to it. That sounds pretty interesting, actually. Very cute and fun. Big love, lads. Yeah, we've had some fun with a lot of the surprising rom-coms that, not something I would normally watch, but, of course, Love Actually was a lot of fun. Crazy Rich Asians was incredible. So there's been a lot of really good rom-coms that a lot of you folks out there have dropped into our laps. So thank you for that.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yep. All right, Lucy W., thank you for the super chat. Late joining the stream, but I enjoy your reactions from neighboring Iowa.
Hello, neighbor.
All
If
right.
you want some more horror comedy type movies, Happy Death Day movies,
I've
Ready
seen the
or
first
Not, and Tucker and Dale versus Evil are fun. I haven't heard of any of those, but if they are fun, I'm all about it.
Happy Death Day. I saw the first one. I believe there's 2. But I saw the first one. It's actually really good. It's really intriguing, and so
Ready or Not, isn't that with
Might have to look.
what's his name? Why is it with Key and Peele? Director Jordan Peele. Didn't Jordan direct that? Ready or Not? Because if so, you guys already reacted to it.
no.
Wasn't ready.
Nope.
No, we didn't do that.
Disregard that, folks.
But Tucker and Dale versus Evil,
That
I
is
remember
on the
seeing.
list because
I
we've
remember
had that on the polls quite a bit.
I've seen some the trailer for it a long time ago, and from what I remember, it looked like something I would really enjoy and sink my teeth into. So, looking forward to that.
Melissa Dyson, avid commenter, so we appreciate your support.
Thank you, Alyssa.
And thank you for the super chat. You guys have such a vast fan base, so I know it's going to be a long list of things to get to, but just throwing The Last Kingdom out there. Also, Happy New Year, guys.
Yeah, I've
Happy
heard
New Year to you too,
Happy
Alyssa.
New Year, and
I do believe Last Kingdom is on the list.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of
go
good
back to
things
that.
about that. I know a number of you have recommended it.
I have seen The Last Kingdoms, and let me talk about a handsome lead in a television series. I mean, wow. And the hair. So
Gorgeous locks, huh?
and it's a good show. So Answer, are you taking notes over there?
I look
over at Answer. It's like, wait a minute. What are you writing down? What are you writing down?
Well, actually,
He was
'cause-
doing Labara's comment.
yeah,
there, Answer,
Labara,
I'll just take it
another
away.
horror game recommendation. Thank you for the chat.
Keep them coming.
Dead Space. So
Keep
I
'em
got
coming.
that written down. I think that'll be a fun one. If it's a horror, other than like Last of Us and Resident Evil, I haven't really played too many horror games, so it'll be fun.
Yeah, I played, like Silent Hill on PS1, a handful of the Resident Evil games on PS1, and those are always fun. Silent Hill, the original, was you get that radio going in the fog. Anyways, a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Can't wait to dive into those. Owen Carrier, thank you for the super chat. Have time to watch No One Will Save You. Great film.
Never even heard of it.
I haven't heard of it.
I haven't heard of that one, but since we've dove into a lot of kind of the unique, I don't want to say independent horror movies, but the ones that we have done, we haven't necessarily heard of, and they've been a lot of fun and very surprising with some real different takes on the genre. So I'm sure that one is probably similar.
Skylant Z, thank you for the super chat. Vikings is a phenomenal show I would recommend. I have seen Vikings, loved it, super intense, very well done. And actually, it's when somebody just had mentioned Last Kingdom. I thought there would be some similarities there, but very different shows. But Vikings is It's an aggressive show.
Yeah, I have not seen Vikings. Didn't that start out on the History Channel or something?
I don't know.
They started showing that.
There was a period of time where
didn't he go on that show?
There was a period of time where there was like a handful of very popular Vikings themed shows, but the one just called Vikings is phenomenal.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you again for the super chat. Stacy L, thank you again. Would you guys, would you please consider these series, Yellow Jackets? That is actually on the list. We've had a lot of that.
Yep.
So that is on the list. Also, have any of you seen or would please consider American History X with starring Edward Norton and Schindler's List? Both are very profound and in my top 5 ever. I have not seen either, to be honest with you. I've heard of Edward Norton being in this because of the other reaction channels, and then, but yeah, I haven't actually seen it.
I have seen American History X. It is a very powerful movie. Schindler's List, I think I only saw that once, but that was like way younger, so I don't really remember too much about it. I know what it's about, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's, got the great Liam Neeson in it. So
yeah, I've seen American History X with Edward Norton. Really, really good movie. And Schindler's List, the last time I saw that, I was, I think, a junior in high school, and we watched it in school, and that was the last time I saw it. Again, another one of those movies where it's not like you throw on Schindler's List for fun and a good time. A very powerful, impactful movie that deserves a lot of respect. So yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen it.
Yeah, I saw American History X. Very powerful movie. I've never seen Schindler's List, and for somebody who's watched a lot of World War II stuff,
I never would have guessed that.
Yeah, I think the reason that I'm very interested in the battle stuff, the strategy stuff, all the military stuff, and I've had a hard time with the concentration camp stuff just because of just how dark it is, and it's just I'm educated on it, and I've seen documentaries on it, but I guess I just to watch a movie on it, I guess never really. And I know it's great. I just haven't brought myself to do it yet. So I would for the reaction channel, but it's tough to bring myself to do it.
All right, Aryan. Badoria, I'm sorry, apologies for the name, but more Bollywood coming next year. Yes, absolutely. Those movies have all been a lot of fun for us. The over the top,
Salar looks pretty good.
Yeah. The over the top action has been a real treat, at least for me.
Leo is the big one that everybody's.
That's also
coming.
Another wink.
Yeah. So thank you for the super chat.
Corey, thanks for the super chat. Big Fish by Tim Burton, a father-son story that will leave you weeping. Starring Ewan McGregor. Love your reactions. Thank you. We love you for loving our reactions. I haven't seen it, but you guys love to see us cry, don't you?
Yeah. I've not seen Big Fish, but I absolutely love Ewan McGregor. Everything he does, I'm a big fan of, and he's great. Tim Burton's great, so I'm sure it's a hit.
I haven't seen that either, and it's like tearjerkers are they get me. Look, a father-son story. I think you know what. How I feel about those, but yeah, I would love to watch it. Absolutely love to watch it.
Yeah.
Brandy Torres, thank you again. Lip sync battle, Tom Holland versus Zendaya, epic. This is episode 1. If you're asking if that'll come to a reaction to the main channel here, whenever it comes to music or musicals, I always come with a bit of hesitance because of how much music will either get it copyrighted and then or blocked. And the blocks are just a ton of fun. So maybe for sure we could always do it for Patreon and YouTube members, but for the main channel, we run in. I'll see what we could do. No promises. Probably is the best way I could put it.
Yeah.
But thank you, Brandy.
Yep. Jen J, thank you for the super chat. Would you consider reacting to Firefly? Diamond Dave, I know you and I have talked about that.
It is on the list.
That is a huge fan favorite. So many of you love that short-lived series and thought it didn't get the respect it deserved. So I am genuinely excited to check that one out and see what all the hype is about, because that'd be a first-time watch.
Nathan Fillion, what's not to love? What's not to love?
I haven't even heard of it.
Yeah.
Firefly.
Oh my!
Who's in Firefly?
I think it only had 1 season.
Yeah, it was like, what, 8 or 9 episodes, folks, I think. And the way NBC screwed it up, or they did it out of order or something. I know there's a lot of talk about that one, so you have to educate us in the comments on that.
All right. Well, Skyland Z coming up next. Thank you for the super chat. Have you guys ever watched Dragon Ball Z by any chance growing up? If not, could be a great anime to get into eventually with Dragon Ball Super right after. I haven't. I have never seen Dragon Ball Z. I know some of the pop culture references. I think some of the anime stuff, but I've never seen any of it. But it has come highly recommended for an extended period of time.
I've heard of Dragon Ball Z. Never seen anything. Never even touched anything with it. But it is on the list because I know that came highly recommended too for anime reactions.
Yeah,
so I do know that one is on the list.
Yeah, that'd be a new one for me as well. Like I said, pop culture references. Beyond that, don't know much.
Played some of the fighting video games with Dragon Ball Z characters. Didn't know any of them though. Didn't know any of the characters or what their special moves or stuff. I just know Gaiku is the big badass dude.
Yeah, that's Aniket. Mukherjee. Oh gosh, if I messed that one up, sincere apologies. But please react to Love, Death, and Robots, the miniseries. I have also heard that's highly recommended. I saw the trailer for it, when I'm going through my either Netflix or Amazon Prime, whatever it's on, and the little bit of preview that I saw for it looked very intriguing. So yeah, you can never say never.
Yeah, I don't think we've had many requests, so we'll investigate that one for sure. Thank you.
All right. Christine, thank you for the super chat. I recommend We Bought a Zoo, a feel-good drama with Matt Damon and Scarlett Johansson.
What is Matt
No
Damon?
one ever talks about. Merry Christmas, guys. I do remember seeing trailers for this, and it's like, I mean, if it's got those two in it, it's going to be a hit. And it's got animals. You don't have to sell me on that one.
Yeah,
So,
I have not seen that one, but I've not seen it at all. Not sure what it's about, but I'm guessing because it's got Matt Damon in it, he probably kicks out Scarlett Johansson and shuts down the zoo and sells all the animals because he's such a villain. Probably
Kind of funny. Be kind of funny.
How do you really feel?
Spoiler.
That's probably what he does.
Spoiler.
Old villainous Matt Damon.
Thank you, Christine.
Feel-good movie.
We can
probably.
Kicked her up. Yeah, we can definitely put that into the investigation list for sure. All right.
All right.
Almost 2. Green Street Hooligans. Very good British film. Never heard of it, so
Never heard of it.
We'll definitely look into
Haven't
it.
heard of it. But,
Yeah, I've heard of the name when I was kind of going down my British crime wormhole that I was doing for a while after the Guy Ritchie movies and a few others. Tom Hardy with I believe it was Legend he was in, where he played the Cray brothers. I think that's what it was. But I went down a wormhole, and that's one of them that I saw that popped up that I didn't have a chance to look at. But yeah, I love the British crime movies. They're a lot of fun.
You have to investigate it.
Okay. Cubo One Maker. They just told us earlier. Just told us earlier.
how to say it.
Cubone Maker.
Cubone Maker.
Thanks again.
World War II, Band of Brothers is a must-watch, maybe one of the best miniseries of all time. And I have heard that. And again, from somebody who loves World War II, it was more just a thing. I believe it was on HBO, was it not? At the time, never had HBO, and then just never went back to watch it. But I have heard it's phenomenal, and I would love to watch it. And I think if we did it for the channel, I'd be a happy camper.
All right, Kevin. Thank you for the super chat. Highly recommend Raid Redemption and Raid 2. That is coming. That is on the list for sure. I think we finally kind of caught up here potentially, and then we can start diving into our nope, there's a couple more. All right. Sav, absolutely love you guys. Would you consider the original Evil Dead franchise Ash versus Evil Dead or the Terrifier? I have not seen any of that, so I'm down for doing all that.
But that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've seen all the original Evil Dead movies with Bruce Campbell, of course, including Army of Darkness, were a lot of fun. I did see one. I saw the Sam Raimi Evil Dead movie remake, whatever you want to call it. Thought that was absolutely terrifying, but I did not see the series Ash versus Evil Dead.
I haven't seen any of those.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
I haven't seen any of them.
Boomstick.
Yep, if you know, you know. Absolutely.
Raven Lockhart, thank you for the super chat. Have you seen the wrestling TV series Heels with Stephen Amell and Alexander Ludwig, or the movie Reign Over Me with Don Cheadle and Adam Sandler? I have seen season 1 of Heels. But the movie Reign Over Me, I've never even heard of it.
Never heard of the movie. Haven't seen any of the Heels.
Yeah, I think Heels is on a on a streaming service that I don't have. I think
Stars.
Yeah, it's on Stars. I don't have it, but it looked really intriguing with Stephen Amell, and I think Cody Rhodes might have had some input on that series as well. And Reign Over Me, I have not heard of, but if it's Adam Sandler in a more serious role, I would be interested.
So I had a Reign Over Me. I've heard was really good. It's about like post 9/11. Somebody lost somebody they really cared about after 9/11, and I think it's kind of about healing and stuff like that. But I've heard phenomenal things about Reign Over Me. So and a really different performance from Adam Sandler. Yeah.
All right, Michelle Montoya. I think you're second time back here, so appreciate it.
Repeat
True Blood
offender.
would be great. It would be for these guys to see that. I have seen seasons.
Dave, that would be great.
Just as good, terrible as Twilight.
Really?
Yep.
I've heard it's just really, really good.
It's good, but then there's like one season where it gets a little like
cheese ball,
a little extra cheese, but it's still actually pretty good. Had me laughing the whole series. Fleabag is also excellent. Michelle, eventually, I think True Blood is on the list, so eventually, hopefully, we can get to that.
Yeah, I mean, I just know it's got a couple of actors from The Walking Dead who had cameos on The Walking Dead were in True Blood. So
just like
I've heard it was. I heard it was like a lot of vampire partying. You know,
there's a decent amount because it was HBO.
Like partying is in the actual sense of partying, and then partying as we use the term partying for adult situations.
Skyland Z. One Piece is having a reboot anime coming out. Do you guys? Well, I didn't even know about that.
I heard about that.
Reboot. Do you guys plan on ever getting into it since it's very long? And if so, will we wait?
Wow.
So that's a good question. I didn't know there was a reboot,
No, I don't know
but
about
we
that
did
either.
plan on doing the original because we were very curious of how, because we really enjoyed the series, the live action. So now we're really curious to how the anime was. So maybe we'll have to start asking questions and what people want to see.
Yeah, I mean, the story was so great on One Piece. I think we're all definitely intrigued by the original content.
All right, Jess Tells Tales, thank you for the super chat. Hey guys, big horror game fan here, and I would love to see you guys do a group playthrough of the classic Outlast. Too scary to play alone, crying, laughing emoji. Lastly, when can we expect some Studio Ghibli
This year,
movies?
for sure, that's the best I could say, but this year for the studio movie.
All right.
I think
I'll write down
Outlast playthroughs of games would be fun.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Somebody did ask in the feed if we would be playing it with other people.
Eventually, we hope to.
That would be fun to play.
That'd
it
be
with,
awesome.
Play it with people as well, not just the four of us. So,
Spencer Z.
Hey, welcome back, Spencer.
Spencer Z, thank you for the super chat. Speaking of war movies, here are some. One, Dunkirk, that was incredible. I saw that.
Haven't seen it.
Nolan absolutely delivered.
Haven't seen Midway.
Midway, have not seen Greyhound with Tom Hanks.
Did not even see Greyhound.
He's got more, but they're from the 90s, so maybe next time. Hey, don't discount stuff from the 90s. A lot of good stuff.
Yeah, definitely going to have to check out all
I
those.
saw Dunkirk. I didn't see Midway, and then Greyhound I haven't seen either, which is interesting.
I think
it's got
saw
Tom
it. I've
Hanks
seen
in it. I
Midway.
thought I would have seen it, but Midway I didn't see.
Yep.
So
All right, so Rob Young, yes. You guys excited for Kingdom of the Planet Apes? They have released the trailer. Yes, so we tried to do trailer reaction to it. It got blocked on YouTube, but I think it might be up on Patreon. I can't remember. But either way, very excited for that continuation. I just hope it lives up to what the last trilogy was. So
yeah, you guys know me and the apes. I'm sure I'll be terrified the whole time. So
Rip your face off.
I love those movies, and for me, the CGI and the way they're able to, bring the apes to life is just absolutely incredible. So, and I thought the other three were phenomenal. So, I am excited for it.
Labara, the Netflix Castlevania series is fantastic. Also, Idris Elba's Luther, which is a British crime thriller drama, is a must watch. I have seen the first season of Castlevania and then I stopped. I agree with you. That was awesome. And I watched everything Luther. Those were awesome series by Idris, and even the shorter one that Netflix came out with recently was really good. So I agree with you. Those were great. I don't think you guys have seen any of that though.
No.
Yeah,
I haven't
Luther
seen
was
either of
awesome.
those.
I haven't seen
sounds like it'll be
Castlevania, and I
watch.
haven't seen Luther, but Idris Elba, I mean, he's one of my favorite
Yeah.
actors. So I think anything. He's one of the.
Be
He's
great to
another
hear
one
in
of
voice.
those. He's another one of those guys where anything he's in, you're Harrison Ford's, you're Tom Hanks, you're Julia
Hardy's,
Roberts.
yep.
Like anything they're in is going to be good. And so you can tell with him just being attached to it. So. Samraj Biswas, thank you for the super chat. Try to check out The Mentalist or Broad Church, British series for crime drama. Happy holidays. Thank you very much. Happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays.
I have heard that The Mentalist is good. I haven't heard of Broad Church, but I have heard The Mentalist is good.
Yeah, and I think Broadchurch, I think they did a version in the U.S., I think, but I'm not 100% on that, but I've heard good things about both.
I think I've seen like sparingly episodes of The Mentalist just because like I'd be at like my mom's and she would have it on.
Yeah, I heard it was good.
That's about it.
Devin Neal, have you guys done the new Planet of the Apes? Are you meaning trailer? Because there are the last of the last three movies they did are currently up. So I don't know if you're asking for like the trailer reaction or the last three films.
Trailer we had some trouble.
But thank you for the super chat.
So I just wanted to. Somebody said Peanut Butter Falcon in the comments, and I just want to let you know I've seen it. It is one of my favorite movies of all time. Bawled like a baby in the theaters. Saw it with my fiance.
No
You guys
idea.
seen
Yeah,
Peanut Butter
it's got Shia in it, but that's all I know.
It's got a wrestling component too.
Yeah.
You guys,
that
really?
one.
Yeah.
Yes,
it's
I've
a
heard
very
that
big wrestling with some big wrestling names in it. And again, I just saw that. I like I said, one of my favorite movies of all time. Shia LaBeouf is phenomenal. Everybody is. So is Dakota Johnson in that movie. It was so amazing. So
All right. Kwanzaa for $5. Thanks for the super chat. Hey guys, found y'all through the Batman reaction, which was awesome and stuck around ever since. Well, thank you for that.
Big Rob.
I would love to see y'all watch the Transformers films if you haven't. So those have been pretty heavily requested. I have seen the first two. Yeah, I'd have to look at them and see the movie posters to confirm which ones that I have seen, but I know I've seen the first two and they were a lot of fun.
I've only seen the first one and I saw it in theater and loved it. Don't know why.
only saw the first one with Shia LaBeouf?
Yeah, that's
Really?
the only one.
Yeah, I saw that in the Shano Theater.
Shano?
It was Shano. I think I've seen all of them except maybe the last one. There was one where the plot went like I didn't see the latest one where they were supposed to be like animals and stuff. Like I saw that in the trailer. There was one I saw. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but the plot gets real wonky. I think you know which ones I mean. Like real out in left field, and I was like, they're tying this into Transformers. Pass.
Okay.
So I skipped whichever one that was. I saw the first few. I remember the first time seeing the old Camaro turn into Bumblebee, where we got the preview of the new generation of the Camaro.
Yep. And they had the song from Kill
That
Bill
was
in there.
so awesome. But yeah, they've really jumped the shark with these movies.
Yeah, I haven't seen the last one with Mark. I haven't seen John Cena's Bumblebee, and I haven't seen the latest one that came out. I believe it was this year with the animal
Dinobots?
transform. Yeah, the
Wait,
dinos.
John Cena was in one of them?
Yeah, that's a meme. I'm surprised you
Yeah.
haven't seen
So
that
I haven't
meme.
seen those.
Probably
so
have.
maybe
Their
we
name
should.
is the Decepticons. It's literally in their name.
Yeah, maybe we should do those. So that will probably happen. So
I
we can
didn't-
see all.
I
of them.
didn't
I'm
see
sure
that
there'll
one.
be fun.
All right, we should.
You see the one I saw, you're going to have a hard time. But some of the other Mark Wahlberg ones were good. They're not all.
Where are we at here? Where are we at? Where are we at? You guys,
Transformers right
so
there.
right here.
Yep. Let's see. Asylum? I don't know. You got some of your letters. It looks like the E is upside down there.
Yep.
And there's that R and I. Asylum, anyways. Thank you for the super chat. You guys should play co-op games like Unravel 2, Heavenly Bodies, Bokura. I also recommend the anthology Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix. Had some requests for those. And again, please keep the gaming recommendations coming because we're going to lean real heavy on you guys to help grow that gaming channel. Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you.
Leilani.ace. Thank you for the super chat. You guys have such infectious energy. Thank you. Hope you have a great New Year's. You should check out a show based on true crime, like A Friend of the Family.
Okay.
We can always look at that stuff.
Yeah, the true crime stuff's really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're all friends. That's the thing, as we get along, for as much work as we've done, a little insight behind the scenes, for as much work as we've done together over the course of the past handful of years, like the riffs between us, I think everybody would agree, are like super, super minimal. You hear all these,
Diamond Dave
working
Damone.
with friends, working with family, how difficult it is, and we generally get along. And look, what we do is fun. We get to watch movies and play video games, and we get such positive feedback. So it's easy to have pretty upbeat energy, but we appreciate that feedback.
We usually have to get him out of his trailer to come and film, but other than that, yeah, we get along great.
Yeah,
Hey,
just making sure.
Superstar, it's time.
Yeah, just making sure we get all that content to you on time. I'm pretty stickler about when we say it's coming, it's coming.
Yep.
Trying to keep the consistency for y'all is pretty high on my list. So,
we love to keep you guys happy and with the content that we create.
Yep.
Q-Bone Maker's back. Careful with Studio Genobi Films.
I've heard.
V Corona, whatever, and its Primate almost lost their channels due to the copyright hits from them.
Yeah.
I do think I saw you come in with another one saying they did get them back, but that's the tricky part because they don't have the same copyrights as the U.S. do. So when we do them, it's probably going to be a live and learn kind of thing. So while we're saying we're going to do them, but if we start getting really hit pretty hard, just know that we're probably going to back off. But yeah, we'll kind of see what happens there. So I appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat.
Alex Barajas, I hope I got that right. Barajas, thank you for the super chat. Did y'all have a catchphrase or special move during the wrestling years? Wishing y'all the best for the new year and beyond. Hey, best wishes to you as well.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, the wrestling thing was a lot of fun for us. It's always fun. We got to rub shoulders with, guys we grew up watching and, we're fans of. And then we also got to hang out with guys who became superstars in the wrestling business and went on to do a lot of great things in it. So yeah, for me, you can maybe, I don't know if Diamond Davis mentioned, there's probably some stuff on YouTube with us, but big finishing move for me was exploder suplex that I got from Akiyama over in Japan, and then a roaring tornado clothesline that was my go-to. And again,
also
works with a lot of, and the old Mr. Wrestling 2 knee lift was one of mine as well. But no, just wrestling's one of those things where we worked with so many great people that helped us so much. The list of names that I could go on with
Did you
would
have
be
a
so many.
catchphrase? I don't even know if I've ever heard this question. Did you guys all have catchphrases?
I did not have a catchphrase. My entrance was all when I had the announcer do something, it always had to have a rhyme and just obnoxious. I won't go into the obnoxiousness because I don't know if it's very polite for today's age, but I always made them say it. Yep. I always went in after they said it. I'd wait to hop on the rope, then get in, and then give them a huge shove to get out of my spotlight so I could do the HBK dance. And then that was it. Otherwise, when I got on for promos, it was just insult the crowd, get the cheap heat.
The fact of the matter is...
Get cheap heat.
Yeah, for catchphrases for me, well, folks, you may not know this, but whatever city or town you're in right now invented the toothbrush. And if it had been invented anywhere else, it would have been called a teeth brush because you've only got one tooth. That was my go-to to the crowd to get a little cheap heat.
Yeah, my finisher was I did the Brock Lesnar F5 and then I guess a black hole, but Diamond Dave had the good old flexing elbow drop.
No, it was never really a finish because I was the heel 98% of my time. So it was just you're getting pinned.
Looking up at the lights, kid.
You're getting pinned, put over, whoever.
Hot dog and a handshake.
The main thing was just always making sure, and I'm sure wrestling fans out there have heard this millions of times, but if it's silent, you did something wrong. As long as there's noise, usually that's pretty good. You can always nitpick your matches from what you did wrong or whatever, but as long as you're generating some noise, you did something right. So
I gave a kid a real rock bottom one time. A real rock bottom.
That's effective.
He was very significantly smaller than me, so I was able to actually do it without his active participation. And I can assure you, he had it coming. He hit a female, and didn't deal with that in the past and didn't deal with it now.
Was that when you were Mr. Bouncer?
So he got no, it was during those years. But yes, he got a real rock bottom, and half the people were, holy shit, he just gave that dude a rock bottom. And the other half,
did you give him a people's elbow?
The other half, of course, who didn't see why I did it, were like, oh, real cool, the big guy picking on somebody smaller. But, it felt good. Real life rock bottom.
Master Bleach 435. Thank you for the super chat. Highly recommend 13 Hours about Benghazi incident, which stars John Krasinski and the Man from Nowhere. Excellent Korean movie, Man from Nowhere.
Yeah, nice.
I have heard of 13 Hours, but I've never seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Yep, same. Haven't seen that. Again, and we've talked about this a little bit before with some of the more recent war type movies. For me, I kind of stayed away from a lot of them because there was so much news going on with all these events. I just felt kind of overwhelmed by it, and I just wasn't interested in seeing a movie about something that I had been constantly hearing about every day, day after day. I was kind of burnt out by it, but the World War II and the World War I stuff I was obviously interested in.
Mike Bridges, I just saw you in the chat there. I will try to get one of the videos where it was Mason Quinn and I versus Andrew and Shane Hills. Andrew put on a special show for a special someone who was fighting cancer, no longer with us, but I will try to get that because I think that's honestly one of the best ones for you to kind of see exactly how we were for our characters. Again, characters, folks. So when you hear the cussing and swearing in there, because I think there's one grab.
Acting.
I think there was one grab in there where I was in Andrew's, well, I think it was off. Either way, I'll try to get that up for you. We got to talk to our boy Eric Hero. So we'll try to get that up.
All right. Kuban Maker, hey man, you've been lighting it up today. Thank you for all the super chats. Corrections, I believe. Both lost their OG channels. Okay. Yeah. See, that's the risk you take with some of that stuff.
Yeah.
And it can be very risky to dive into a lot of that, and
that's why I always say we got to investigate. It's not like nope because it doesn't get views or anything like that. We do need to check on some of this stuff because if people have lost their channels, then we're not in that business of trying. Right. We've worked so hard for all of you just to have it gone in a second because we know. I hope you all saw the Kirk Ward Albert Hughes interview where they would love for reaction channels to be their test audience quite a bit. And they would love for the studios to kind of lighten up on some of that stuff. So, of course, we play in the gray area, but is what it is.
Rick Husing, thank you for the super chat. There's only one game story I recommend for you guys, Halo. Get the Master Chief Collection and play through the story. Even with the four of you. Now, I did play a little bit of Halo, being a first-person shooter, and
invisibility cloak.
Yeah. All right. See you, Diamond Dave. To me, Halo, while it was a first-person shooter, there was more to it than a traditional first-person shooter. So the limited time I did play with it looked good, and I certainly thought there was a lot of story there to be told. So I think Paramount Plus, actually has a TV show of Halo coming up, so that'll be interesting to check out. And Halo's pretty much legendary.
Yeah, I haven't really played Halo. My older brother played it in college pretty religiously.
Was that still the original then?
I think it was. Xbox? Yeah, but I love first-person shooters. I think those are like you don't like them? Or?
Terrible. I'm always like,
I don't care for them either.
Oh, I love first-person shooters.
The only reason I don't like them is because I'm not good. So
I think it takes a while. It's funny that talking about the first-person shooters because with Harry Potter, the inversion of the thumbstick and stuff like that. Like I'm an inverted down. I want up, up, down.
Oh, okay.
And Potter is interesting because when you're playing Hogwarts, those of you who have played. There's the similar where you can turn your body and turn where you're looking.
Okay.
So it's
like strafe kind of.
It's a little bit of it's a little bit tricky. So, but I think those would be fun. Next up, David L. Hey guys, hope all is well. Thank you for the super chat. Hope all is well. You should watch Law Abiding Citizen if you have not already. Know you have a lot to watch, but it is really good. I have seen Law Abiding Citizen with Gerard Butler.
Oh, that's okay.
I think Jamie Foxx is in it too.
Okay.
It's really good.
I haven't seen that one, but I was interested in the Gerard Butler like the Down movies, like White House Down, whatever it was, Air Force One Down. I know he's done a bunch of them. I just don't know the order of them, so I was kind of interested in those. But yeah, Law Abiding Citizens, if it's got him and Jamie Foxx, I'm sure it's
Law Abiding Citizen was good. Yeah, and I have seen the God, I think it was, I don't know, I forget the Down movies.
Yeah,
but
because there's like 3 or 4 of them, and they go in order.
They're really good. That's the one we just did.
that
So
one.
just did that one. So we'll have to.
Law-abiding citizen. I have seen some of it. I just never watched it all the way through.
That's pretty incredible. So yeah, we got to refresh these up.
Yep, refresh, and then we might have to schedule another stream to actually get to the stuff we wanted to get to.
Our top
we're gonna
5s
have
of
to
the year. You guys have been so generous.
Schedule another stream. Start with our top 5, and then go.
What?
Got to keep going down, keep going down, keep going down, keep going down, keep go. Jeez.
Oh, well, there's some there. There's more that can.
Yeah,
all right.
there.
Okay.
Right
Here we go.
That's
Aniket?
for you, Dave.
Yeah.
Aniket, do you do a gameplay of Devil May Cry 5? Check out the trailer. Devil May Cry 5.
Okay. Yeah,
Write that down.
again, another game that I've heard of, but not familiar with. But the fact that they made 5 of them, they must be pretty damn good.
Appreciate the super chat. Thank
Yep,
you.
thank you.
Sky, is that a LL2D?
2D, Sky 2D.
Have you guys react to
Apocalypto
in Life of Pi? Life of Pi is actually on the list. That film, though, Apocalyptico.
Yeah, that's a Mel Gibson directed movie, and I heard really good things about it, but that's one that I didn't get a chance to see. Obviously, again, I feel like a broken record, but once we started doing the channel, man, I really backed off on movies that I watch and shows that I watch.
I haven't seen either of those, but I've heard really good things about Apocalypto and Life of Pi. I just remember getting highly praised for its CGI and stuff like that. And so I remember that getting a lot of positive
I just
feedback.
know I believe there was a tiger on a little ship.
Tiger and a boat.
Yeah.
So
All right, Dime Stack 69. Have y'all heard of the anime Berserk? Nope. One of the greatest stories ever. Very dark character heavy. If possible, would love to see y'all watch that. We can look into that.
Yeah,
I have not heard
Berserk.
that.
I have not. Yeah, I have not seen or even heard of that. So we've had a lot of anime requested, but that one's not one that
And I
I've
think
seen.
we're all pretty new to the anime genre, so any recommendations you guys have, absolutely.
Jared Wright, please react. Please react to Cinderella Man. True story of someone take this one.
Please react to Cinderella Man, the true story of James J. Braddock, boxing 1930s, Russell Crowe, Paul Giamatti, Renee Zellweger, Ron Howard direct. I have seen that, and that's an absolute banger. Fantastic movie. I really liked it, and it was Ron Howard absolutely delivers in that, as well as all the other actors and writers. That was a good one for sure.
Yeah, I have not seen that at all. So
All right.
we can have that one.
I mean, I know the song Cinderella Man by Eminem, but that's nothing to do with it.
All right.
DP Clicks 3.0
Again,
back
thank you.
again.
Thank you for the super chat again.
Do a reaction special with your fiance if they love movies. I don't know if that's for all of us. I refer to my fiance, but yeah, my fiance loves movies. I've actually talked to her about jumping in on some reactions here and there, and some people, she's not the most comfortable in front of the camera. She's very photogenic, but it's like, I don't know if I want to be on camera, But there are some movies that I love that I think would be fun for her to watch, but also some stuff we could do together. You see very different takes on some movies,
What do you mean? It was awesome.
Like watch Pride and Prejudice with my fiance and see her get mad at me. And then, So, but that is a fun idea. So
Maybe someday, but currently with everyone's schedules, that's pretty hard.
it's pretty tough. Yeah.
I would have to find a fiance for that to happen. Maybe I've got a little puppy I could use, maybe, but that's about it.
Spencer Z, thank you again. There you go with plenty more. 1 Full Metal Jacket, 2 Jarhead, 1, 2, 3 maybe, 4 American Sniper, The Thin Red Line, 5 Enemies at the Gate. So we got, I assume those are war movies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jarhead, didn't that star Jake Gyllenhaal?
Gyllenhaal, isn't it?
Got it.
And then so I've seen Full Metal Jacket. I've seen American Sniper. I've seen Thin Red Line. Did not. Enemy at the Gate. No. Devotion. No. And Flyboys. No. So there's so much great stuff out there. I mean, gosh, the number of movies you can make about World War II, it's just like endless. Like, whose story do you not tell?
Only seen Full Metal Jacket. This is my rifle. This is my gun. If you know, you know.
You know, you know. Alyssa Dyson back again. Just want to say say for the new year we need more Diamond Dave in the reactions. Love when all 4 of you guys are together. That's the plan for this year, is to get me back in. There's just a ton of back end stuff that we've had this chat with Patreon, so maybe we can have it with you guys.
He works. Yeah. He works.
Yeah. So the reason why you guys seen me here and there kind of thing is because with my editing and everything else that's back end, we have to make conscious decisions of like, is it worth me jumping in or setting myself back hours to get stuff out to you guys? So to kind of give you a quick little glimpse into how and why I'm here and there for some of that stuff, that's kind of the reason why. Because if we got like a 3-hour venture going, that's 3 hours gone from me editing, and especially with the day job that we have. That runs a little interference too on how some of that work gets done. But yeah, in order to keep up with the schedule, to keep producing for all of you like we are, I can't technically yet be in all of them. So that's kind of why, again, you see me here and there.
Yeah, it's a trade-off. Where's Diamond Dave's time best utilized is essentially what it comes down to.
And we are fully aware that you all love it when it's all four of us. Again, it just comes down to making sure we keep getting stuff out for you guys. Because if I were to be on everything, I could almost probably say that the schedule of the content wouldn't be as frequent as it is. Yep. So I see someone already. Can you guys hire an editor? Yeah, we have 3. We have 3. I know some folks truly don't understand like how much work it goes into these things. So to kind of give you like quick little glimpse again, like a 45, like The Walking Dead. Walking Dead's 43 to 47 minutes long when you take out the commercials. If I'm not being interrupted, I could probably get that done in 2 hours, maybe hour 45. If I'm really flying and I'm just totally zoned in, maybe an hour 35 minutes. When it comes to films, 2-hour film with a ton of dialogue, guys, for me, I don't know about any other editors, but for me, it takes almost 8 to 10 hours. Now, you take a 3-hour movie like Oppenheimer, which is on Patreon right now, YouTube cut coming soon for YouTube. That 3-hour film was loaded with dialogue. So that one I did have to send off because that would have took me like a full week because I read it from wee late to the night. Yeah. So just to kind of give you some glimpses of how long it actually takes to edit these things. And then, when we put it through, did it get a copyright? 95% of the time, we don't see that copyright until it's about 8 hours in because YouTube likes to play their games and their automated service catches it way later. And then the human comes and reviews it and they claim it's bad. And then you're still getting automated responses from these so-called humans that care for their creators on this platform. And I could do another little rant on that later, but it's neither here nor there.
Could do a video. Dave talks about YouTube and Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
There you go.
Man, I would love to crush you too.
All right.
All right. Thank you again, Alyssa. Sorry, guys. Kind of took us on the left side there. But wanted to give you guys some insight because I know Patreon has that. And
usually it's the other day.
So.
Now, do you guys, before we jump into any more Super Chats, do you guys want to hit the top?
We probably should. I think we're almost done here with the Super Chat. Okay. So then we should probably actually deliver what we were coming out to you for. Yep. So
we love the Super Chats, but I mean, this is awesome.
Yeah.
It's
because I've seen a number of folks asking for our top 5. It's just been so much fun interacting with all of you guys. So
and yes, folks, it has been a minute, so it might even be worth redoing another live just to make sure we have it, that content that we said we were going to give you today. So
do we maybe want to shut off the Super Chats?
We will in a minute.
Finish what we have and then go to our top 5.
Okay. Well,
we'll finish. Okay. We have to finish out these. So.
Yeah. That's of course.
Veritably verify.
On behalf of a few peeps, Godzilla -1 and The Impossible. On behalf of me, Room, Captain Phillips, Moonlight, my favorite films. They're beautiful. Boy, you know, the only two on that list I've heard about is Godzilla -1 and Captain Phillips. I got to be honest, those other ones are new to me. So something that we'll have to take a look at. I don't know about you guys.
Same. I'm in the same boat as you.
I heard Moonlight won a ton of awards.
I've never heard
I heard Moonlight was really good. Won a lot of awards. Captain Phillips I've seen. Godzilla -1, nope. The Impossible, I don't believe so. But Captain Phillips was good. Moonlight won a bazillion awards, so I think that's really good.
Yes, Godzilla -1 when that comes out is on the list. Impossible is on the list, and Room, never heard of. Captain Phillips, I've seen that.
Well,
you guys
I
seen
just
it?
know. I just know.
Okay, so maybe we could throw that on the
That's the only
list.
thing I know from it.
Never heard of Moonlight, so
Who the captain now?
All right.
there you go.
Jake G. What's your guys' favorite Metallica song? Seeing them live for the first time next summer and heard their concerts are incredible.
Oh gosh, I mean, how do you pick one?
I can't.
There's so many.
I mean,
you know,
like sometimes
their older stuff is on such a different level than their newer stuff. It almost feels like a different band. But I think one of my go-tos would have to be probably Seek and Destroy off their early album. That's a go-to. And then I think off the Black Album, I think everybody loves Enter Sandman. I mean, you hear that played at college stadiums down in Texas, and they got the whole place rocking. So yeah, for me, I think it would be Seek and Destroy and Enter Sandman.
Seek and Destroy is up there. I even like No Leaf Clover. That's usually a guilty pleasure to listen to when they did their whole S&M.
Yeah.
Well,
that's just a phenomenal song. You don't have to be bashful about that.
I mean,
that's like saying you'd apologize for Fuel.
Well, when give me fuel, give me fire, yeah. But no, because usually when you think of Metallica, you think of hard rock. No one really thinks of the with the orchestra and everything. With liking that song, so that's why I call it a guilty pleasure, Dave.
Sad but true is for me.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The track on that dun, dun, is so. It's just so legendary. So
yeah.
I will go to my grave fighting with this one. Am I Evil is their best one for me. I know a lot have Enter Sandman and all that, but Am I Evil is my all-time favorite one of Metallica. Such a banger. All right, thanks Jake G. Mojo 33. Mojo 33. Are you guys planning any type of live streaming for game? Yes, that's going to come hopefully more in January for sure. So thank you, Joe, for that. Mojo 33 for that. Towhid Akhtar.
Yeah.
Can you do some more indie movies? Yes, more Indian movies are coming. Pathian and Kirish. I think Pathian might be on the list. I'd have to double check that one on my computer at home.
All right.
And then I think, did we finally catch up, or is there a couple more? A couple more.
Okay.
All right, finally. And then we finally get to our top five.
No, it's been a lot of fun.
All right.
Folks.
Paul Osterman, what's up? Thank you for the super chat. What's up, guys? Found your channel this year. I'm from Sussex, Pewaukee area, Wisconsin, currently stationed in Washington, D.C. with the Marine Corps.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your super chat. And big shout out to a fellow cheesehead. We love it.
All right.
Sky's back.
Sky 2D. Recommend you guys Alan Wake 1 and 2 for the gaming channel. It's like a movie. They won the best narrative and best game direction of the year. I have heard of those and heard they're phenomenal. So looking forward to that.
Familiar.
Kirshan?
Krishna
P.
How was your journey in Indian movies, like and dislikes? Why don't you guys go first?
I like that they just take action to a whole different level.
Yeah.
There's no rules that they can't be broken. They go way over the top. It's completely unbelievable and a ton of fun. Dislikes, I don't think I have any. I just love that they just go crazy.
Yeah, I've loved the over-the-top action, but I've also loved the stuff like a ZDMD, if I'm messing up the letters on that one. But that was a really good one that we watched. And then 3 Idiots was incredible as well.
Yeah, just their whole take on the movie culture that, you know, it's different from ours, which is sometimes a really good thing because we had so much fun with these movies because you go in not knowing what to expect. I mean, you kind of know what to expect with, you know, our versions of the movies, but then going there and seeing their versions, it changes the landscape, and so it's so much more of a fun experience when you do that.
Yep.
All right, Dawn Marie, Cinderella Man, Russell Crowe, Renee Zellweger.
I haven't seen it.
And yeah, I still need to see that. And Patty Constantine, based on a true life story of boxer Jim Broderick.
Yeah, that was a good one. We had somebody else recommend that one. That's a huge win.
I haven't seen it, but would love to. Orlando Araceli Martinez, Carria.
It cuts off.
Cuts off.
Sorry.
It's a long one.
I know you can see it over
Thank
here.
you for the super chat, Orlando. I'm new watching you. I didn't know you were wrestlers. Greetings from Mexico. Big shout out. Yeah, these guys. A long tenure in wrestling. Got a lot of fun stories that I've heard from those guys, and of course their names that we use here on the channel. So
A lot of
big shout
miles.
out,
Yeah.
big shout out, and thank you for joining us from Mexico.
All right.
All right.
I think there was one or two more.
That's
Looks
it.
like that's it. All right.
No, there was one that came
yeah,
in.
it's, Sabrina.
Yep.
Oh,
There it is, up top.
All right,
oh,
it's
there's
two.
no
All
two.
right.
Okay.
All right, Master Bleach 435. Thank you for the super chat. Since you guys like older movies, I suggest 71 Into the Fire. It's about 71 Korean high schoolers who hold back the North Korean army.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That sounds
That
incredible.
That sounds like an
really
incredible
good
story.
and definitely one
Write it.
that we have to add to our lists. Thank you very much for that.
Sabrina, recommendation, Detroit. Yep. Became Human.
Yep.
Just know that is coming for our first group play in January here. Hopefully we could start off with a live first and then kind of go from there. If not, probably the second or third one will be a live. So can't wait for that. Thank you,
right.
Sabrina. And then I saw one more come in, and then Answer, you
Coco.
could start us off for the
The top five.
top five.
Are we gonna go? I think we're just gonna run through our list. I know last year we kind of bounced around 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Did you want to just run through each one of our lists, or
Yeah,
what did you think?
This year, let's just do your
Yeah,
five.
we'll
through
go- our
We'll
list.
go
That'll work.
right down the hash pipe.
All
But
right.
Coco
Coco.
first. You guys are the best. Hope you all had a great 2023. Would love to see Lone Survivor with Marky Mark and GTA 5 gameplay from you all. I have played and love GTA 5. I mean, I've only had 10 years to play it anyways, because that's how long it's been around. But yeah, I played it from PS3 to 4 to 5. So,
Yeah.
and then Lone Survivor, I have not seen it, so that'd be I think that'd be a good.
I have seen Lone Survivor, and that was a crazy, crazy intense movie. Very good.
Yeah, I've seen Lone Survivor, loved it, and I would love to play GTA. I have never played a Grand
neither.
Theft Auto game,
So
so I would
fun.
love to
GTA
play
5
it.
I haven't played.
So
I've
much
never
fun.
played any of the Grand Theft Autos, so
All right.
All right, so
All right, Answer.
now,
Here we
now
go.
for the long-awaited
five.
So
top
Eliza,
5
real
movies.
quick,
Yeah.
Eliza, I know you've been asking. We have all seen both Jumanji films with The Rock. I can't speak for these guys and
I
seen
have.
the original.
Yeah,
Oh, I've seen the original. The original
haven't
with
seen
Robin
the original?
Williams.
What?
I have not seen the original Jumanji either.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
But thank you all for sticking with us.
Yeah.
Loved interacting with you. But the time has come now for our top 5 movies of the year. So Answer.
All right, so for me, coming in at 5, it's I couldn't decide, so it's a tie between Galaxy Quest and Snatch. Yeah, Galaxy Quest was just a sneaky good comedy that came out of nowhere. We absolutely loved, and this guy's been ranting and raving how good Snatch was. And my dogs, he was right. My dogs, my dags. Number 4, Super Mario Brothers. Great take on a game that we all grew up playing, and I thought it was phenomenally done. And number 3, Air. Viola Davis crushed it again. That whole cast and crew: Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Jason Bateman. Just an amazing
about Michael
movie,
Jordan.
and it was so fun to watch. Just how the shoe even came about and everything that went into it. Number 2, Spider-Verse. I love a good animated movie. As you can see from my list so far, there's 2 on there, and it just continued to be just as good, if not better, than the first one, which the first one was really good as well. And then number 1, easy, Coco. Great movie about something I didn't know about, but great music, great entertainment, and it was a banger, the biggest banger of the year.
We're going to hit this one quick.
Oh, okay. Veritably Verify for 5 of your British pounds. Thank you for the super chat. To clarify, The Impossible is about the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. Okay, all right. I think I recall hearing about that. And Room is an amazing drama with Brie Larson, and Moonlight is a beautiful LGBT plus drama. Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, we've vaguely heard of some of those, but definitely, like I said, Moonlight was one of a bunch of awards or whatever, so worth checking out. But
hey, Coco.
All right, and I will go into my top 5, and I will warn you, I do also have some honorable mentions, so I'm not sure if that's allowed, but whatever, I'm breaking the rules and
I had
having
a
a
tie
little
at
bit of
5,
fun.
so you can do it.
So my number 1 movie of the year.
Oh, you're going that way?
Well, or should I go from? I'll go from 5 up.
Yeah, come on, Quinn.
All right,
Leave them in
a little suspense.
start off with number 1.
Well, I thought we'd start off with the banger. You know,
No.
All right, folks. If these guys are done giving me a hard time, I will start off. My number 5 was The Gentleman. You guys know I love some Guy Ritchie. I love British crime movies. For me, that one was just outstanding. I loved it. Anything Guy Ritchie does is outstanding. Coming in at number 4 was Mission Impossible Fallout. That was one that we did when we were doing the whole Mission Impossible series, obviously, and I really liked Fallout. I love how a number of you called out the Henry Cavill. I got his name right that time. Rhymes with travel. When he did the bicep reload, I didn't realize how cool that was until I went back and watched it. I was like, well, that was pretty badass. Yeah. So I really enjoyed Fallout at number 4. Number 3 for me was Hacksaw Ridge. That was one I didn't know anything about, but an absolutely phenomenal movie that I thought it was criminally underrated, that it wasn't more widely known, at least from my standpoint. I think it was pretty new to these guys, except for Oak. I think you knew about it. So Hacksaw Ridge got a ton of love from me. Number 2 was the best animated movie ever made, Coco, in my opinion. That came in at number 2. Absolutely phenomenal. If anybody wants to knock it off its perch, they got a lot of work to do, because that movie was outstanding. And number 1 for me, Tom Cruise delivers Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. That was my number 1 movie. Tom Cruise's best movie he's ever done, I think, better than Maverick, and I will stand on my laurels. Anybody who says Maverick is better is only basing that on the original Top Gun with the nostalgia feels. There, I said it. Oak's going to be really angry with me after the show.
Before you go into that, why don't you read that super chat?
Why don't I take a super chat from Adventures in Lauren Land? I'm going to...
Must be what it is.
Must be.
Thank you for the super chat. Would love to see a reaction to Timeline from 2003. If you haven't seen it, it's an action fantasy sci-fi with Gerard Butler and Paul Walker. My favorite movie.
Timeline.
Much love from Central Illinois, our friends from the
Hello, neighbor.
South. I have not seen it. I got to be honest, I haven't heard of it, but love Gerard Butler, love Paul Walker.
Yeah, who doesn't? Absolutely.
And then I think we got another one quick if you want to take it.
All right. This is Ibby. Thank you for the super chat. Just tuning in. Love the channel, lads. Not sure if you've already talked about this. Will you watch The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes in the cinema or wait to react to it? What did you think of the trailer? Love the trailer. We're going to wait to react to it for the channel. Look, there's very few movies that we will have discussions between us and say, hey, one of us needs to see this in the theaters. But this is one where we'll wait to react to the channel. So
thanks, Ibby.
All right. With that, I am going to get to my top 5 of 2023. Now, mind you, this is movies that we released on YouTube in 2023. And for the record, Gladiator and Hacksaw Ridge I had seen before, so those aren't in my list. Number 5 was The Gentleman. Didn't really watch a lot of Guy Ritchie stuff before this. Fell in love with his filmmaking style. The style of it. Loved the characters. Loved the way they told that story. So that was my number 5. Number 4, I batched together How to Train Your Dragon movies.
That's strong,
The stories about just how big you can become in life if you believe in yourself, sticking with what your gut feeling is. Everybody wanted him to off the dragon, but he said, no, I'm going to keep this dragon. And what a beautiful story ensued. So that was my number 4. Number 3, I don't know if any of the guys are going to have this on their list, but Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I loved that movie. And I know some people had mixed feelings about it. I absolutely loved it. I mean, I'm a raccoon. I mean, come on. Loved it.
A lot of feels in that one.
Yeah. Number 2. 2 in my top 5 snatched from Guy Ritchie.
Look at that. Look
One of
at you
my
doing
best
work.
friends from high school, Drew Romanesco, from the time the movie came out, Dags. Never knew what he was talking about. He always said it was from a Brad Pitt movie, but loved it. Loved Brad Pitt and all his friends. I mean, what a phenomenal movie. The boxing matches were so cool. And my number 1, not going to come as any surprise to anybody, Coco. I will argue this is the greatest animated film of all time. A beautiful story. And it's not just because it's relatable to me with the memory care and stuff like that. The colors used in the story were phenomenal. The way they sucked you in with the story of Ernesto de la Cruz, and you thought he was the grandpa, and he turned out to be the bad guy, and Hector turned out to be the real hero. And they weren't even songs; they were just poems for his daughter, and he was coming home to his family. You know, it was just such a beautiful movie. The song at the end, My Proud Corazon. It didn't make the YouTube cut, but if you watch the full reaction, it did. Part of me crying made the YouTube cut. I think Diamond Dates spared me a little bit, but I was
4 seconds.
I was a complete,
like, I gotta get rid of
I was
this.
a complete wreck. It took me a while, even after. But Coco, my number 1, and I will do an honorable mention. Our first movie released on YouTube, at least in 2023, was Twilight Breaking Dawn. All of the rest of the Twilights were released in early. Answer? If I could get a little respect.
No, refuse.
All of the rest of the Twilights were technically released on YouTube in 2023.
Yep.
It was so much fun. Did it get a little sketchy in the middle there?
Yep.
Sure. Some fun battles, especially the last battle at the end, the fake out. I loved hearing everybody's stories about how they were in the theater and the fake out happened. Saw some videos of that afterwards. So honorable mention goes to all the Twilight movies except for the first one, which I will still stand by being my most fun. But in any regards, those are my top 5. Coco, I can't even wrap my head around how incredible of a film that was.
Yeah, and these are, again, because I know there were some questions in the chat, these are movies that we watched this year for the channel, not when they came out.
That we reacted to. Movies that we and I went off of movies that we released on YouTube in 2023. So
Super chat from Lydia. Thank you very much. Would you guys be willing to watch Doctor Who, Vincent Van Gogh's episode? I know the series is long, but this is a great one-off episode. You know, we can investigate it because I know some people are pretty adamant about, hey, don't just do it all so you can get all the references.
Yeah, because I know Doctor Who has pretty much been going on for decades. I think they just keep changing out the doctors.
They always just change out who Doctor Who is because I think he transfers his ability or whatever he does.
Gotcha. And then I think another super chat came in, so we'll go ahead and refresh that. Hit that up quick. And then, all right. So would you guys? So we got that. DP Clicks, thanks again, man.
Wow,
talking of the Indian movies, you got to watch the Dirisham 1 and 2. Sorry, I butchered that. Must watch it about father saving daughter from a law and for a murder she accidentally committed. I do believe that one is actually on the list, so it should be coming sometime soon.
Oh, can I do my honorable mention real quick before you dive into yours, Dave?
Sure.
Because I know you had one. Oh, I did mention that I had one, but my 2 honorable mentions would be 3 Idiots. I thought that one was so much fun. And then the Chris Pratt-led Dungeons and Dragons. I had so much fun with because I was so nervous it was going to be bad, and they delivered a lot of fan praise for us who are into that, and I thought that was a lot of fun.
All right, let me talk to you. All right, so
about time.
Top 5 films that I was a part of. I will say right off the bat, Coco's probably one of the top 3 greatest animated films ever, because when I was editing that one, I probably should have had a camera on me because I was like, holy shit with some of this, with the swerves they were given. So shout out to all those that were involved with Coco. You topped, I don't think anything can really top that, but in our journey, who knows, maybe we'll see.
Chris Pine, sorry.
Oh, did you say Chris Pratt?
I said Chris Pratt. There's so many Chris's.
Jonathan.
I'm sorry, Jonathan.
Well, so many Chris's there's too.
All right, so I'll start with my number 5. And I don't think this is, I'm pretty sure I didn't hear you guys say this, so I will say Megamind. Megamind,
Hey.
I was just going in thinking it was just your natural, animated film with some good feel-goods here and there. But the soundtrack and everything else that was part of that and the swerves they gave us was actually pretty good because I immediately gave it a 5 the second I started doing the review. So, Megamind for my number 5.
Get back, you savages.
Get back, you savages.
That was so great.
Another one here for number 4, Real Steel.
Oh,
That was such a treat.
That was a
nice.
surprise.
Yeah.
I know some people are like, you guys are going to love it. You're going to love it, right? And then I didn't know what to think of it because Hugh Jackman and robots, sometimes that can go really bad for storytelling on film. But that was such a fun film to watch. Enjoyed it with you guys. Enjoyed reading the comments with all of you because you seem to really enjoy it as well. So shout out to all those involved with Real Steel. Too bad it just never got a second one. I actually would have been throwing my hat in for a second one to see how that would have gone. Number three. MI7, Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning Part 1. Call me a homer.
I liked it.
Call
Don't
me
get
a
me
homer.
wrong. I liked it. I just
Call me a
wasn't as good
homer.
as Maverick.
Dave didn't watch anything. You'd probably go back and watch the channel again.
How does he have a top 5? How does he have a top 5?
Go back and watch the channel again, pal. So, Mission 7 was phenomenal. I mean, just the bike stunt alone. Take everything else out of it. There's just the bike stunt alone was amazing. Of course, everything else they did in it was phenomenal. Tom Cruise and everyone involved with that. Kudos to you, Rebecca Ferguson. Thank you for your service. Too bad you had to go.
Well, maybe not.
I think she's gone because she went to go film Dune, so I'm pretty sure she's gone. So number 3, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. Number 2, Across the Spider-Verse. That film was phenomenal. Of course, gotta love Miles. And they actually did in my opinion, they actually did a proper multiverse for. If you compare it to what Marvel's doing versus what they did, to me it was more proper. I know we make jokes about everything everywhere all at once being a proper multiverse film, but it's not part of the MCU. So Spider-Verse, again, their soundtracks, their colors, everything they do, the story's phenomenal. The animation is incredible. They're setting new bars and standards, in my opinion, on that. So number 2 was Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse. Number 1, Call Me a Homer. I'm all for it. John Wick 4.
Yeah.
Hey,
There we go.
What a film. I was not totally thrilled with how they did the ending, but it still didn't hinder that it was a great non-stop action flick. Exactly what you should expect from a John Wick film. I know some people are like, well, all they did was just action. It's like, well, yeah. The first one gave us the story.
Have you seen what the movie's been about?
First one gave us the story. So John Wick 4 was my first one. I do think we had some super chats come in. We'll get to that in a second. I will kick off TV series.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. We'll
Top
wrap back
5.
around.
Well, this isn't like a ranking, but I will say the top 5 for this year of what we watched for TV. Midnight Mass, and I'm kind of doing a 1A, 1B here or 5A, 5B. Midnight Mass with The Continental. The Continental was fantastic. Of course, we had Kirk Ward and Albert Hughes with us on this, so it was great. They gave us something fresh while
guys are awesome.
giving us something from the universe over here, but giving us something fresh, which is all a lot of us ask for anyway. Midnight Mass, mind-blowing. I know Answer hasn't seen that yet, so I won't go into the story of it, but just mind-blowingly awesome. And of course, Fall of the House of the Ushers was great too. Invincible, mind-blowing. Never would have thought about watching it unless it was for all of you recommending it. So, God, what a series that was. And another one, I can't give this enough praise, is Arcane.
Yeah.
Arcane was such a delight, such a great story. The animation and the work that everyone puts into all this stuff, phenomenal. Y'all crushed it with Arcane. Can't say enough good things about that. One Piece, my goodness, what a surprise. Y'all came at us in a mad rush with so many messages to do it. We jumped on it.
Yeah.
Didn't look back. That whole thing was such a pleasant surprise. Can't get enough of it. So that's why now we are going to go into the anime at some point because we got to see what that's about now. Because if the TV show is that good, and a lot of those comments were telling us that, hey, the animation is even better if you guys love the live action. Yeah. So got that for us. And then near and dear to my heart, Last of Us. Goodness gracious. Can't wait till that TV show's back. I really don't need to say any more than that. So phenomenal. Those are my top 5 shows of this year.
All right, answer?
Well, with my top 5, obviously, you know, where do you start? No place better than to start with Continental. That was so great, especially when we got to meet, you know, Kirk and Albert and chat with them a little bit about the show. But the show itself was so good, so story driven. The music was amazing. Everything they did for that show to make it possible was just spectacular, and we loved it. And loved seeing the rise of Winston. Invincible. I would have maybe have ventured into that because, you know, I do love, you know, animated and superhero stuff, but that was so much fun to watch, especially with you guys, and just how J.K. Simmons and Omni-Man, it was just phenomenal character. And then Steven Yeun is doing a great job as well. Obviously, One Piece. One Piece was so fun. I had no idea what to expect when we went into it. I mean, Dave talks about the request. Well, it wouldn't have been a request of mine, but I'm so glad that we did watch it because it was so much fun and so entertaining. I mean, you had some very comedic-driven episodes, and then we had a couple dark, which was really good, you know, for storytelling-wise. Number 2 was, for us 3, was, you know, us 3 were able to watch The Boys. Had seen it a long time ago, but got re-established with the first season, and then we caught up to now the current season, and like the outlandishness of it, the looking at the commercialization of superheroes and how they have to in stocks and everything like that was just ingenious. I know it's based on a graphic novel, but it was awesome. And then I will say it was number 1 this year if we don't want to give numbers, but Last of Us. Now, those 3 watched it, but I watched it on my own, but I'm still part of the channel, right? And that show was just awesome. Pedro Pascal was just amazing in it. It was very similar to the video game, so that's what made it so easy to watch and, you know, root for Pedro and them to make through.
Yeah. Well, for me, folks, the difference in my TV show rankings from 5 to 1 is maybe a millimeter difference between all of them because everything we watched TV show wise was awesome this year. It was all so good. So I'm going to start off with my ranking form, and it sounds ridiculous to say this, but The Boys for me comes in at number 5. And like I said, the difference between 5 and 1 is about that because they've all been great. But again, Answer, you hit so much on The Boys for me. The acting performances in there from all the stars that were in there were so damn good, and the story was so good. We've talked about it a million times. All the gross out and all the over-the-top violence and everything, that's all great, but you got to have a good story to make it work, and they absolutely delivered there. My next one is the Continental for all the reasons everybody else said. Look, I loved the music in there. I loved the challenge that they had to take a John Wick universe, expand on it, and to make it as good as they did. Huge shout out to everybody involved, of course. You guys all know Albert and company were all involved in that. Kirk Ward, what a fantastic job. Thank them for spending the time with us, but what an impossible task they had to pull that off, and they did a great job. Then Fall of the House of Usher. Oh, goodness, was that so good. Edgar Allan Poe being brought into a modern age for all of us to help understand. So much fun. And Mike Flanagan's crew does not miss in the acting department. Seriously delivered. Every one of those shows and series that they've done were incredible. So that was awesome. The next one I had was One Piece. To come into a show and know nothing about it, knowing nothing to expect. We were all hooked on the first episode of One Piece, and we were all into it. That was an absolute banger. And my number 1 has to be The Last of Us, a video game adaptation to make it work on the big screen or the small screen, if you want to call it, because it was a TV series. almost never happens, right? They almost never get it right. They never pull it off. But the involvement of having the creator of the video game working on the TV show definitely made a difference. And let's be honest, the video game was very cinematic to begin with, so they had a lot of ammunition to work with. So that was just phenomenal. And of course, I will give an honorable mention to Arcane, just mind-blowingly good. So I guess I had 6, but they were all 1A, B, C, D, E.
All right, we're going to jump into some super chats before I finalize the TV show list here. Personnel Internet, thank you for the super chat. Hello from Montreal. Quick and question and recommendation. Have you all tried poutine and the Green Book movie with Viggo Mortensen and Mahershala Ali? I was in Vancouver once, and I think I went to like a KFC or something. And I was with a friend, and I'm like, "What is poutine?" And it was like, I was like, "That seems weird, isn't it? Like potatoes with gravy and fries or whatever."
Yeah, it's fries with potatoes.
It was like, I was like,
fries with gravy.
What is going on here?
It's actually really good.
Yeah, and it was good. So funny that you asked about poutine.
I think somebody in the comments corrected us because I thought they were having chili cheese fries.
I was in Vancouver, but I haven't heard of the Green Book movie. But it's got to be good.
Yeah, it's got Vigo.
Taryn Ford, answer. You can take this one.
You guys should also check out the BBC Sherlock series with Martin Freeman and Benedict Cumberbatch. It's great and some of old Benny's best work. I've heard of them being in it and heard it was a really good show, but I've not watched it, so I would be down for it.
Yeah, I think we were starting to get a lot of requests rolling in for that, so we will investigate it.
Yes, I've heard great things.
Yeah,
about
and those
the show.
2 actors, how can they do
this one's for you, Oak.
Just Tells Tales, thank you for the super chat. Oak, I know you said you avoid World War II movies that focus on the camps, but did you see The Pianist in 2001? A true story, and Adrian Brody was the youngest man to win an Oscar for it. I would recommend. No, I haven't. Kind of for the same reason. I don't know. Like I said, the whole subject matter. Again, I've watched a lot of documentaries on it, factual stuff, but Hollywood adaptations of stories surrounding that, I just had a hard time with, if I'm being honest. So I haven't seen it. But you know what? I should see Schindler's List. I should see The Pianist. I should just watch them because I should. I think that's just what should be done. And one more. Mason Quinn.
CR, thank you so much for the super chat. I believe this might be the last one of the day, Diamond Dave. Is that
Keep going.
maybe? Okay. It was silly of Tom Cruise to put his best pistol on the highest shelf. He's too short to reach the Top Gun. A little bit of humor.
A little dad joke.
Thank you, CR.
What a great dad joke.
Thank you, CR. All right, so my top 5 of the year. Avatar, The Last Airbender. I know
we didn't even talk about that, but I had seen it already, so I can't.
Answer had finished it. For me, it was a lot of fun. I came in with almost no expectations because how much fun am I going to have with an animated movie about a little bald kid with an arrow on his head? Loved it. Loved the lessons. Loved all the characters. So much fun. Number 4, One Piece. And I'm similar to Mason Quinn. This list, the TV show list, I think was harder than
for sure was.
than the movie list. One Piece, such a refreshing new story. It was something completely new to me. I know it came off the animated series, but I hadn't seen anything before. Loved the characters, loved the special effects, loved everything about it. Number 3, Midnight Mass. Wow. Everything that we watched, Mike Flanagan, I really enjoyed. But Midnight Mass to me was the very, very heavy hitter. So love Midnight Mass. Number 2, The Last of Us. I mean, as Mason Quinn had said, so many challenges in taking a video game and having it be a good television show. Obviously, the framework which they had to work with for the video game was good. But for them to turn that into a TV series and the changes that they made in the TV series made sense. We didn't see a lot of people going like, oh, you went off the story.
Yep.
Loved it. And number 1 for me, had to be The Boys. There's either good guys or bad guys, but never what if the good guys are bad, and that's what The Boys was. Incredibly creative writing. They made graphic violence work in a way that didn't feel like the show relied on it.
Yep.
Multiple storylines, very interesting characters, and just a phenomenal story, episode after episode after episode, and multiple storylines happening for each episode.
Yep.
Can't say enough about The Boys. That is my number one. And I would like to do an honorable mention to The Continental. I was not here. It was like I've been unavailable very few times throughout the course of the year. Wasn't available for it. Of course, jumped in and watched it. For them to take a universe that I loved, the John Wick universe, and basically take the hotel, turn it into its own character, give us all new characters, have it in this really cool, gritty 70s, time frame. The music, they just absolutely hit a grand slam with the music. So for me, Continental has to be an honorable mention. The only reason it's in my honorable mention and not in my top 5 is because technically I didn't react to it with the guys, but just a phenomenal
That didn't hold me
series.
back from Last of Us.
What's that?
Didn't hold me back for Last of Us.
Yeah, I didn't hold the answer back for Last of
well,
Us.
I guess I'll do it since I was the one that was wrong. Lilith, thank you for the super chat. Poutine is cheese curds, not potatoes. LOL.
Well, cheese
I thought
curds
at
are
KFC
famous here in
Well,
Wisconsin.
you know what? French fries with gravy is really good
I
though
thought
too.
it was. I
the right
thought
gravy.
at KFC it was potatoes with. I don't know. Maybe it was Vancouver. Who knows what kind of amalgamation that was?
Mike O'Reilly, thank you for the super
This
chat.
is the last super chat.
Yeah.
And
Or is it? Then there was a couple more.
there's actually a couple more.
Well, you can do this
All
one.
right. Sky 2D for $2. My granny says hi, and her favorite is Quinn. So, hey,
Isn't
thank
everybody?
you, Grandma Sky 2D. Thank you for the
Veritably
kind words.
Verity. Verity is with a T. Have you seen Quiet Place 1 and 2? I have not seen either of them.
I have seen Quiet Place 1, and I think I saw Quiet Place 2 all the way through, but it's been a while.
I did see both of them. Yes, loved them. Saw both of them. Pretty traumatic considering as a parent.
Yeah, I've only seen the first one, so I will be with answer for sure when we get to. Hopefully, it's all 4 of us, but we'll be. I've been waiting, so I want to get to that second one.
Thank you for being considerate.
I'm considerate.
Oh, coming from you, Mr. Oh, I've seen
Mike
this one,
O'Reilly,
folks.
thank you for the super chat.
Damn. It should be Ron Simmons there.
Damn.
Damn. All right. Oh, we got Michael. You got beat again. Rizzo. Thank you for the super chat. Have you guys seen a show called 11/22/6? Never even.
No.
Is that
That's a show?
Is that one here in the U.S. or is that a foreign to us foreign show and or movie? But that's
interesting.
one.
Thank you, Rizzo.
Check out.
Yeah, interesting. Well, Michael,
that's it.
Unless you come in with a super chat,
Charity's
we're
grandma and
wait,
Quinn.
what's this? Quinn somehow reminds me of Eric from Blind Wave. Hey, Blind Wave's a good good
yeah,
crew.
they've got
been
some
doing
good
it for
stuff.
quite a while.
Yeah.
So
Very
shout
good.
out to Blind Wave for sure. And because I always hijack Real Rejects live streams when I can get to them, shout out to Greg and John and everyone else over at that team because I do. Greg, if you're watching this, or John, I do like to get in your chat sometimes and see how we could take over your live stream sometime, just in the chat form. So, shout out to you guys. Feel like we should give you
That's
one.
funny.
Yeah.
That's great.
So, here we come. Daphne, thank you for being a member. Thank you for the
Look at
super
that.
chat. Have you guys seen Disney's Brother Bear and or DreamWorks Spirit, Stalin of the notable?
Samara. No, I have not seen those, but I know a ton of you recommended Brother Bear. I think it was after we did Brave, wasn't it? That I think all the recommendations might have came in for Brother Bear. So
As I know about Brother
think
Bears, I
Stallion
think
might be
Rick
in.
Moranis is in it, and like that was like his last.
Okay.
Stallion of the Cimarron, I've heard great
But
things about.
They both look like they'll be good watches. So
Thanks,
we'll have to-
Daphne.
we'll
Appreciate it.
all right.
We added them to the list.
Vaughn for $4.99. I know you've already talked
Thank
about
you.
it, but Blue Eyed Samurai is a 10 out of 10 must watch,
All right.
especially if you like feudal Japan or Japanese themes. That's exactly
Okay.
what
Sweet.
I've heard, and that's why I'm very excited about
Can't
it.
wait till we get to that.
That'll be a lot of fun for sure. And
Once again, another fun thing.
We got
that's what-
Rizzo again. It looks like celebrating their 10th super on this live stream. Appreciate
Hey,
it.
Rizzo.
Thank you.
We love and appreciate you guys.
Here we go again. 11 Neon Fuzzle
Fuzzle
S420. Thank you for the super chat. 11/22/63 is about.
of course, the date.
We are
I don't
gonna
know
get
dates.
Grilled.
I've
I don't know
already-
dates, folks.
I've already stressed I got a D in history, so I wouldn't have known the date.
Yeah.
So
I don't even know these guys' birthdays. So sorry.
Oh, well,
you
grill us.
told me you
Grill
did.
us. We deserve it. We deserve it. Lilith, correction. Poutine is a dish of
French fries and cheese. She's
Top
top
hungry.
Okay, so it's half
delicious.
right. I was half right, and
hungry.
it sounds great and probably horrible for you.
Hungry.
Yeah, it sounds delish. All right.
Oh, Brother
well, we
Bear
aren't
hurts
getting too
my heart.
grilled.
What
We
is
ain't
Harry
getting grilled just yet.
Potter's motto? CR the super chat. What is Harry Potter's motto? Never give up.
CR.
Coming in. Another one.
I will stand by my belief that Neville Longbottom is the unsung hero of the entire series, and a lot of people. A lot of theories about he could have been the chosen one.
Yeah,
So-
shout out to Billy Binges too. He's quite hilarious. If you guys haven't seen him, go over and check his stuff out. He's great too.
So CR, I think last time we did a live stream too, did a few dad jokes for us as well. I think he did the Harry Potter themed ones for us. If I might be mistaken, but I believe he did last time. It was great.
Oh, this was so
All
much
right,
fun, guys.
well, folks, hey, shout out to all of our moderators for keeping it real
yeah,
and
you
chat.
guys did awesome.
You guys crushed
So we
it.
appreciate it, Eliza, Maya. If there's someone I forgot here, please forgive me. But thank you for doing the moderation, and thank you all for being here with us. Because wow, we didn't expect this, to be honest, on a Friday with all the competition that's probably going on with Dr. Disrespect, Tim the Tap Man, Pat McAfee, all of them. So we got another one.
Jackie M, love you guys. Thanks for the super chat. We love you too. Plan to do Supernatural?
There hasn't been any plans, but we can investigate.
We can always write it down. We can always look into it.
Labara.
Back again.
Yep, Labara back again. Netflix Cannon Busters is a great show.
I've heard
Thank
of
you
that
for super
one.
chat.
I haven't watched it, but I have heard
Okay,
of it.
yeah, that'd be a new one on me.
Yes,
you.
is it
Thank
true? We are reacting to Attack on Titan as
It is
soon as
happening.
Korra wraps.
Yep.
It will be available on Patreon first because we got to build up some episodes to build a YouTube cut.
Yep.
Then it will come to YouTube.
It's no longer a rumor. It's
It's
happening.
not a rumor. It's happening.
All right, guys.
Well, cool, y'all. Thank you so much. And yes, the Percy Jacksons are on the list. They will eventually come for sure. This was amazing. Such a fun time. I can't believe 3 hours went by, or almost 3.5 hours.
It was like that, guys.
It did not feel like 3.5 hours, folks.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
we appreciate it. And then, I think this is how we're going to end the sign off.
This is
All
how
right,
we're going to
just-
sign off.
All right, answer.
Thank
take
you
us
guys
home.
once again for being with us today.
Keep going.
Michael
Do it.
Riley got your
Michael
final
Riley.
win. He got it
Hey,
in.
stretch it out. Stretch it out, because
So-
I need to figure out how to turn this off.
So for Diamond Dave Damone, wrestling out of Hollywood, California, Appleton Dave Bay Oak, wrestling out of Appleton, Wisconsin, the Minneapolis Mountain Mason Quinn, and the answer, John Andrews. We love you guys. This was so much fun. We can't wait to do this again. We'll see you for the Royal Rumble. I think that's going to be
Royal
so
Rumble.
much
But-
fun.
We got another
Sky
one.
again, would you guys be interested in Smallville? I have seen every episode. Absolutely loved it. 10 seasons.
No! It's a competition. In fairness to Michael, if you wanted to do it, I will give you 30 seconds, and by no means you should. You gave us enough.
Yeah.
Ernest movies. Oh,
Ernest.
I love
The
Avery
Ernest
Whitlock. Thank you
Ernest,
for the
like
super
Ernest,
chat.
Ernest
Ernest goes
Yeah,
to camp.
Ernest
In his
scared
Ernest P.
stuff.
World?
Saves
Yeah.
Christmas. Ernest P. Worrell.
Hey, Vern.
Rest in peace,
Thank you,
Ernest.
Avery. Thank you.
Did you ever see the memes that said Ernest is John Cena?
I know, right? So real quick again, live stream for the Royal Rumble. We are doing it, and we hope you're there. Saturday,
January 27th.
April 27th. January
January
27th. WWE Royal Rumble with us. That's right. We can't wait. Hopefully, we'll see you there, and let's have some fun
There'll
there
be
as
some
well,
fun,
folks.
crazy wrestling stories brought on by some of us as well, too. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. So for all of us here at Bad Medicine, good night, pals. Holy